As this room fill up, be sure to hit that like button, share this content, let that friend, that neighbor know where to go when it's time. Tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Not going to give y'all 4 hours today, but we're going to talk about this. Cowboys' final 3 games will be all about winning. Not losing, but winning. Mama said that there will be days literally just like this. 5, 4, 3. We got a chance, a 0.5% chance to make it to the postseason. And that's okay. I think that when we look at the landscape of everything, and we say to ourselves, why we are in this situation that we are in. And I say, the lack, and I mean just that, the lack of sense of urgency is the reason why we are where we at. Let's get it. Let's talk about it. Yep.
And they understand the cost.
3, 2, and 1. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. The name is Law Nation. The Cowboys. we have a 0.5% chance, and we can all say, yeah. Let's see what we got. We in a vegetative state. Let's see if we can move a phalange or something. Let's see if we can blink. Blink twice, man, if you can hear me, Cowboys. And that's where we're at. It's rigs, baby. It's riggery, man. It's so flat out riggery. Wait a minute. Where I can't even find Rex. I can't take this no more, Rex. And they beat me up over here.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
All right, so as they say, one of my favorite movies.
Dread it, run from it.
Destiny.
Destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here.
Or
should I say
I am?
I am.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. So the Cowboys' destiny is arriving, right? And you can hear the steps of destiny. And it's one of those things that we all have to face. And it's one of those things that we all don't want to admit. Right? We in hospice care right now, and we just trying to keep it comfortable on the way out for the 2025 season. It's damn if you do, damn if you don't. And I'm not trying to make any light of this, but even if we were, and I know that the world is crazy, even if we were to have Michael Parsons and what happened to him the other night, it could have been one of those situations. You pay the guy, and then all of a sudden the ACL snaps into pieces, and now you got to go through that long off season of recovery. I've noted this, and I hate sometimes when you clairvoyant just a little bit. I'm not all the way clairvoyant, but I'm clairvoyant to a degree. that I spoke about this months ago. When people go through contract negotiations and people go through the treacherous back and forth of, is he valued? Is he worth? Is he valued? Is he worth? Is he valued? Is he worth? And then all of a sudden, you would see things as it relates to your cortisone level builds up. And it takes months and months for those cortisone levels to normalize itself. And what happens at a micro or smaller level, that your body is never really completely healed. And now injuries tend to happen more so than anything as it relates to these modern day new players, because of vibration, because of light spectrums, because of a whole bunch of other stuff that I don't want to get into the third eye of talking, that 9 times out of 10, have you guys ever noticed when a player, not just for the Cowboys, but when they go through a situation of fighting for their money, that all of a sudden they get one of these type of injuries? We've seen it with Brandon Ayuk. Now you've seen it with Michael Parsons. We've seen it with Dak Prescott. We've seen it with Trayvon Diggs. We've seen it with Deron Bland. Well, they paid him after he got hurt. But you guys get what I'm saying is that there's something about those cortisone levels, man, in your body. And I'm not a doctor, by the way, but it's in all the sports. Ain't this right? Hostile, Texas, Toxic Tom. Man, that's a long-ass name, Toxic Tom. God damn. It's just for what it is. Law, you ruffled some content creators' feathers with the Murray talk. Hooray!
My turn. Told me it was my turn.
The only reason why I can speak boldly is because I know players on the team that talk bad about Murray. So if they can talk bad about Murray, then who am I? Oops, did I say that out loud? Oh, my God, man. Jeez.
No days off. No days off.
What am I supposed to do? If they vent to me, I gotta vent to y'all. You know, and I get it. I understand. But at the end of the day, if Murray was on the free market, he's an open guy right now on the market, who's beating down the doors to get him here, right? So who's doing those things? And I get it, man. You know, it is for what it is. I'm not trying to beat up Murray, and I'm tired. And here's the thing. Not everybody's lying. Not everybody's lying on Murray. If that's the case, if we're going to make it about Murray, then we are in deeper waters. We are in deeper troubles. You're supposed to be able to look through your roster, carve out the negatives, and elevate the positive pieces. And lo and behold, he's not the positive people on this particular team. And, let me say this, for anybody that got any problems with me on Murray, the eyes are useless when the mind is blind. Write that down and put that into your bars category. The eyes are useless when the mind is blind. So as long as you guys can continue to try to cherry pick and say that this guy is okay, then we are in deeper waters. Write that down. Yeah, not everybody's lying is a fact, Law. So at this point, write this down. I'll be mad too if I was blind. Yes, indeed. And the eyes are useless when that mind is. And if anybody's out here advocating and sitting here saying that, hey, he's okay, then that is a problem, man. That is a problem. It doesn't matter if he's in the Tennessee Titans system, if he was in the Chargers system, and now that he's in the Cowboys system. If trouble follow you everywhere you go, then 9 times out of 10 you are troubled, right? We are in deeper problems if we are fighting over Murray. No, if we are in deeper problems, and not everybody's lying, right? So at the same time, Let those who speak upon those things. But I can guarantee you that I can keep some receipts and I can show you what has been sent to me. But I'm not that type of guy. But it is for what it is. Everyone is suspect at this point. The entire defense is trash, right? But what I'm saying is, and I hate to say that word trash on something that I love. But what I'm saying is it's fecal matter on that trash right there. You get what I'm saying? It's some particles of fecal matters on this particular trash, and that's just for what it is. Do he deserve to get some of these knives? No. But at the end of the day, it's not like everybody's lying on you. This CBS, this not even me. This CBS. CBS. Sports. And I know people want clicks. People want views. People want these attention. People want to go back and forth. You can say that, yeah, it's the safety problem that he's supposed to fit down inside the linebacker spot right here. But if you are the linebacker and if there's motion, that you got to call the switch.
Swallowed up.
You got to call the switch. If this man is going to the play side on the motion side, 59 is supposed to call the switch. That's just how it is. And if it's not his problem, and if he hit the right gap, then we're not coaching it up. Either you allowing it to happen. What did coach say? Either you allowing it to happen or you coaching it. Or you coaching it. At some point, this is not the definitive reasons that we lost, by the way. We lost over the total sum. I'm not trying to pick out Murray because at the end of the day, Elam was bad here, right? At the end of the day, Siobhan Rebel was bad here because he's young. At the end of the day, Bland is not playing up to the kind of caliber of $90 million. I get all of that. But there's evidence and information that can prove that Matthew Eberflus shouldn't have been the coach here as it relates to being the defensive coordinator. And the Cowboys are trying all what they can to say, hey, we didn't make any mistakes here. Everything is okay. Now, if you advocating for Murray and we get a new defensive coordinator, let me ask y'all, put 5'9" in the chat if you still want him here. Put 5'9" in the chat if you still want him there. You know. Put 5'9" in the chat if you still want Murray here. Law, can you explain how Sanborn, Murray, and the defense guru, Flus, was going to have the D ready without preseason? With players injured, traded Parsons, changed schemes, and become one of the worst defense. Here's where we are at right here. You know, there was a song many a moons ago. The song came out when we were winning, by the way, and it was saying, meet me at the crossroads so you won't be lonely. Meet me at the crossroad, so you won't be lonely. Pardon my horrible singing, but you guys remember, y'all remember that song, right? And we are at the crossroad. If you're advocating that Murray is him or Himothy, or if you are saying that it's not Murray, and if it's that the case, that means that you are saying technically that you would love to have Murray back, and I'm not finna go down the road where two things can be true or what have you. So you are saying that basically that Murray is okay, and it's Matt Eberflus that's the 1,000% problem. Or it's the combination. Is it Matthew Eberflus? Because at some point, if he's supposed to be the guy that's supposed to put people in right positionings, who did he put in right positioning? So that would be a levels of contradiction. What I'm telling y'all right now is that two things can be true, even though we just said that Murray is terrible and Matthew Eberflus is terrible. Why? Because what is his overall record is, ladies and gentlemen? Devon with the 0019 says, honestly, I'm very disappointed. Jerry Jones went all in, but he did it too late. He's like a cheap player, and Will McClay has been very bad at drafting. And I feel you with that. Let me see. Ooh, where my 59s at? Cowboys straight dog water. You know what I'm saying? I feel you. Combo meal. I wish we want to. Yeah, I wish I might want to bring 59 back. This is DP. Yeah, all of it. Shotty made a deal with the Devil Joneses. Yeah, Jerry Jones is to blame. Throw the whole defense away. Don't try to savage it. I see you. So this is more of the whole topic is this right here, Cowboy Nation, and we put in a lot of freestyle because I definitely don't want to go through the rigmaroles of breaking down this defense when you literally got no solid pieces as relates to what we're trying to do. There's schemes, there's strategies, there's plannings, there's commitment to your plans, and we haven't seen one thing that we tried to do to better this team from a scheme or a schematic aspect of it, because everything been on the backs of if this player is good enough, it's the only way we can win. I don't think that we can scheme out a situation. You don't hover around 30th and 32nd ranked defenses and say to yourself, we're a good team. Now, I would get it if we were week 1, week 2, week 3, you're the 30th ranked defense, and then you are working to improve yourself. But if you hovering around 28, 30 to 31st, 32nd defense, you should hush your mouth about trying to go over whether or not this defense is any good or not. Because we're not good. We're not good as a collective. As a collective, we're not good. And that's just for what it is. Unfortunately. And if we can't see that, and then when you're not good and you have somebody that's not good, then that also complicates the situation. It goes back to what I'm saying here once again. Pardon my French, I gotta say it. It's the only way I can get it out. And some people, they never understand it until you talk to them. Gentle parenting is a crazy thing in these days in modern time. But in actuality, you can't tell me that when I'm looking at that sandwich and you putting fecal matter on the sandwich, that it's going to taste good. I don't have to taste it to know. And just because you putting all of that other stuff, I see the fecal matter on the on the sandwich. Is what I'm getting at. And y'all trying to tell me to take a bite of it. Hey man, this 5'9". Hey man, it's 5'9" on the team. Hey, it ain't that bad. And let me show you the good plays. No, it's still fecal matter. Everywhere he's been bad. And I hate to make this all about him. I hate to. But this is for what it is, y'all. It is for what it is. It's a crap sandwich. And no matter how you can put it around, contextualize it, show me this, show me that, it's just for what it is. And the Cowboys are pretty much, some fans are dancing around the ideology that he's okay. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing, literally. I can't play. I forgot I can't play that music. But, this is what we doing. And this is so evil. When they dangling the things in front of us and we just dancing. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, now that's some devilish stuff to do to somebody, though. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that's the Joneses. And we all addicted to this dang on narcotic. We are. Hey, dangle that they are trying to do anything and everything to win, but in the whole time, they just making a mockery out of us. You get what I'm saying? Lord, please, Lord, please prepare that place for me up above. Don't put me down below, but you created me this way.
Jesus, this is a humble servant.
That's evil, man.
There's clearly been a miscommunication, Jesus. Just saying this burden is a little bit too heavy for your servant, Lord.
Lord.
I'm just saying, Jesus, my cup runneth over, Lord, is
It
what
does.
I'm saying. There you go. Thing is, I ain't even thirsty, Jesus. Not a little bit. You can take this whole cup, the pitcher, all of it, juice.
Oh, hey, future vision. Oh, that would be nice. Oh, that would be nice. Future vision. Future vision is saying, I'm campaigning for Leslie Frazier. That's a good guy, man. True story. He went to Alcorn State University. Although I'm JSU alum, he was a classmate of my mom. So when I was younger, they would give like footnotes and all of this stuff for like real football stuff. So shout out to Leslie Frazier. I mean, he would be nice. He would be nice as far as a advisory. I don't think that he's willing to coach, right? You know, and we have guys that coach this real version of this Tampa 2 vision-based defense. Where Lovie Smith at, y'all? Yeah. Where Lovie's at right now? He's a real good communicator and all of this stuff. But I would say, to be fair, I don't want none of these guys off into their 60s and 70s, man. You know, the only person that I can think of, I want some of this newness, man. I want some Flores or something like that, the dude that we just faced off against. And what's the other guy that been giving us hell? What's the Denver? Where is he at? It's another guy that is the tip of. I give y'all a list of guys that I would say that would probably complement what Schottenheimer is doing. But in my mindset, knowing the Cowboys and how they operate and move, that they operate out of comfort. And when I say comfort, baby, I'm telling y'all from what historical references is. Vance Joseph, that's the guy. That's the guy I'm looking for, Toxic Tom. Vance Joseph. You know, Vic Fangio. Here's what I'm going to say about Vic Fangio. And people fail to realize. Vance Joseph, I would love to see him. Vic Fangio. People think about the last 2 seasons that the Eagles had or what have you, and they still have a top-tier defense, believe it or not. They think that it happened overnight. But Vic Fangio, they was prepping him at the tail end of 2021, and people fail to realize in 2022 he was like their quote-unquote consultant, and he was helping out and trying to make sure that they navigated the right pieces for that particular team to have the defense that they have. And what I'm getting at is that in 2023, Vic Fangio got a real opportunity to coach up the Dolphins in 2023. The Dolphins finished out that season top 4, top 5 in defenses. So what I'm trying to say is that a defense can flip real quickly overnight. You like literally can go from bottom half to number 1 top 5 defense just like that. But you got to have the commitment. For the commitment, you got to have the personnel. You got to have also the strategy and the full buy-in to what you're trying to do. And we've seen it with Vic Fangio. He literally was with the Eagles as a consultant in 2022, went to the damn Miami Dolphins, took that team to top 5 defense, and then, you know, they let him go because of other reasonings. And then he took the D.C. job in Eagles land and got them a damn Super Bowl because of the way he coaches that defense. Defense win championships. What's been the telltale card of the Cowboys for all of these years is that we've been fixated so much on offense. Why offense? It's because of this right here. Offense sell tickets. If that's toxic, Tom, he can tell you, offense will always sell, right? Offense will put butts in seats. Defense will put rings on your hand, So that's just how it is. The Jones have turned.
Regina Green, $427.05. The Jones have turned Shotty into a company man. He is not telling truth about Diggs. You can't preach culture when it's full of deception.
I agree.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I flat out agree. Now, this is what they on my ass with, excuse my French, but, you can say ass is the Messiah rolled into the city on an ass, but it ain't neither here nor there. All right, so, and I'm not the Messiah, by the way. I said, bye. That's what I said. So what were the other weeks about? This is me just trying to casually joke. This is my sarcasm. I'm a very sarcastic type of person, and I didn't know that people were going to run me through the woodshed. Brian Schottenheimer says the Cowboys' final 3 games will be all about winning. And I just laughed at it, and people took it to heart, like, damn, man, can we live a little? And then Bob Beebe, I don't know if he related to Tom Beebe and as well as Cooper Beebe, but I went on ahead and followed him back. Take S-H-I out of context much, right? Sad Cowboy fan, I think it's fair for a comment. I'm not getting at him. And then it's one of these guys right here. I hope he didn't take it off. It's winning, bozo. And where they got? Yes. Because, of course, they go into the game saying, we're going to lose. Shaking my head with some of you content creators' thought processing. Well, technically, I'm not a content creator only. I'm a business owner, and I run my own sports media company that's whooping ass across all boards, by the way. And I think that I'm doing a good job as an independent sports business owner. And then they said, hey, do you want to claim your business under minority? No, I'm not minority. You know what I'm saying? I just got melanated skin. Hey, man, I'm populated all over the world, so don't put me in as a black-owned business and none of that stuff. Yeah. I'm powered by the nation. I'm powered by you guys. But what I'm getting at is that it should always be about winning. You shouldn't even have to make that statement. So they saying, well, he made that statement because he's saying that he's not going to tank. Well, if you was about winning, then explain the Trayvon Diggs thing. You get what I'm saying? Explain that. Yeah, we are Choctaw. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Yes, indeed. You are entrepreneur. Do your thing. Yes, indeed. But technically, I'm a registered LLC in the great state of Texas, home base in Frisco, by the way. And there's no minority, there's no blackness, it's none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I just so happen to be melanated, but I'm elevated in a whole nother conversation. And we've been doing some great things across the board, and we giving back to the communities and beyond. We done helped fed over 1,500 people, and I'm not walking out with my chest like that. You get what I'm saying? But you can only imagine if I had a few billions of what we were able or what we should be able to do. Come on with it, baby. Come on with it. But neither here nor there. If we saying that we are about winning, then why Trayvon Diggs didn't play? If he was healthy, Coach Shotty. What was that about? You get what I'm saying? We can't use the things that we want to say for good wordings and take away the other things if it don't fit the narrative to say. So that's all I'm going to say with that aspect of it. But this is the finite reason. The Cowboys' future owner /owner, the son or /brother, because they look like they're twins at times, and he done caught up with Jerry Jones. Stephen Jones, when was asked this question about who's to say that there are no consequences for the Joneses, and there's a lot of tongue in cheek because there are no consequences, whether they win 1,000 games or lose 1,000 games. They don't have to answer to nobody, just like I don't have to answer to nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because this is Law Nation Sports, just like they are Cowboys.com. And let's listen to what they have to say.
What would you say to the critics who say at the very top with you and Jerry that there are no consequences to failures?
Yeah, I mean, we've got to continue to work at it, and there are consequences because we pay in our own ways, and I understand that, obviously.
Yeah, did you hear what he said? Come on.
Interesting dynamic in terms of the fact that we own the team and we're involved, but we think overall that's been a good thing, and we'll continue to be involved and work to get this thing right and ultimately get toward our team to where we want it to be.
What would you say to the critics who say at the very top with you and Jerry that there are no consequences to failure?
There's no consequences to failure. He's not going to fire himself. That's equivalent for me to say, hey, I'm only doing 2 views, man, and I ain't getting no likes, no shares, none of that stuff, man. I guess I'm going to fire myself. Or I'm going to figure it out. We're in the same situation, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not finna fire myself. Jerry's not finna fire himself. You get what I'm saying? He's not finna get rid of his son. If 10 years from now, my little ones say, hey, I want to run Law Nation Sports, you think that I'm going to sit back and say, I'm going to let Ghostface Gaming run it, and I'm going to just let you be this subsidiary person? No. She going to get a leg up. She got favor. I'm not finna fire her. You get what I'm saying? It's just for what it is. And we're not finna admit that we made a damn bad mistake about hiring this jacko, right? We'll slightly tell him, hey, man, it's time for you to go. You know what I'm saying? You know, Dominique Pittman said, you better not, Law, you right. There's a song came out many a moons ago. It states, you can't pimp me. I'm a pimp myself. I'm a pimp myself. I forgot how the lyrics go. But that's the deal. So the Cowboys operate out of comfort. I'm comfortable. But I know for sure that my comfortability still rests hold onto the things that everybody have a reason, but results are what matter. So therefore, I'm going to work by the sweat of my brow. I'm always hungry. I'm always going to give y'all my fullness.
At DC4 Life's $5. Keep on keeping on, Law. We're listening to nothing but the best. Appreciate everything you do.
Appreciate you, man. DC for life. Thank you so much for understanding, right? For 30 years, 30 seasons. "30 years, 30 seasons. There's no consequences. There's no repercussions. There's no job loss. There's none of that stuff that can happen to them. We can talk about boycotting. We can talk about not going to the game. I was just at that game. Coach AJ was at that game. Angie was at that game. Those can contest that the seats were still filled. Not of the Cowboys. Fans. The few that trickled down in there was cool. But if you look around, and if you look at all of those purple people eaters that was in there, money was made. People were still buying stuff. Matter of fact, I saw Viking people buying Cowboy jerseys. Cowboys gear. I was like, wait a minute, I said, am I in the Twilight Zone? It's the TV deal. See, Bash? Yes. The TV deals is where the money is. By the time Jerry is casket sharp down in that damn grave, he will still be making more money than we can even imagine. His kids' is going to be making that money. They can literally pull out of their accounts and burn $500,000 a day and won't feel it. And we talking about, we ain't going to boycott, we ain't going to watch the game, we ain't going to turn it on. That's okay. Because what ultimately made them realize this to all of the NFL is that they made profit and revenue. During the pandemic, they made money. Don't you know how hard it is for an entertainment business to make money during the pandemic? There's nobody that can stop people from coming to the game and boycotting as much as the pandemic. And they turned a profit. So your percentages of not going to the game and not buying merch won't damage them as much as what they did. So this is what it is, y'all. They ain't going nowhere. So the only way that this team is going to win, and I thought that this year that at least they made some movements that we can all sit back and say, man, the Joneses are changing it up just a little bit. By at least going out there and picking up and identifying where the pain points are at. But they got too relaxed. You had plenty of time before the trade deadline to get you a legitimate linebacker. You had plenty of time before the trade deadline to at least to attempt to get Quentin Williams before the deadline. But the old philosophy of deadline makes deals is crazy. Bear 8668 says essentially our voice. Hold on, let the AI speak on this one though.
At Regina Green $427.05. The Cowboys are a tax write-off and hobby for the Jones to fund gas investments.
Look how ugly my face got from the truth right there. Oh, Regina, I love you. Oh, I love you. I love you, Regina. Oh, I love you. This is entertainment. This is what they do. And I'm not beating up the Joneses, by the way. You know, they had a Christmas party last night. I got the invitation. It was just too late for me to attend. And I stayed southbound. I didn't want to go way up north. But they had a Christmas party last night. And there should be some information trickling around on the Christmas party Jerry Jones had. You know what I'm saying? But
at JDiz $5.
Yeah.
We need a Diddy scandal dethroning the Jones family. Until then, we are an average or below average organization. Simple as that.
Rex! Man, that Diddy scandal won't take the Joneses down, man. I seen Trump on a Epstein file with him and some girl that looked like she about 13, 14, and he's still the president of the United States of America, you know.
Oh, look at my African-American over here.
Hey, man, my bad, Trump. But I saw that picture, man. Him and Epstein on the bed, shirt off and everything with a little bitty. She had to be no more than 18. Well, she less than 18. Shit. Excuse my French, but that ain't gonna take down the Joneses. You know what I'm saying? and they too smart for that. They ain't finna go nowhere, man. All the people get caught up and get everything taken from them other people like the Diddy's, and if they catch Jay-Z, if they catch somebody like Bill Cosby, they went into the archives in 1954 and they pulled up tape and information on Bill Cosby. You get what? Not, you know what I'm saying? You know, so it's just for what it is, man. Appreciate you, Bill. Appreciate you, 737, man. You know, it ain't got nothing. Don't eat from Jerry Jones' hand. I think that it would be a situation that's the only way to take down the Joneses, and I'm not trying to advocate for that. You know, allegedly, the thing that he had that happened way in 2017, that SA allegation. This man got so much money, he just say, "Hey, we push for a continuity." What you mean? Well, we gonna push it back. Let's say for right now, let's push it to May. And then when May hit, right around May hit, he paid a little bit more money. Let's push this case, let's say to November. And every time they keep pushing it out, you know what I'm saying? Keep pushing it back. And that SA allegation happened way in 2017. You know, that woman is never going to get that case solved. You know what I'm saying? Well, they going to never. Yeah, Jerry keep pushing it back, you know. Okay, let me take it easy. Let me take it easy. Yeah, they get me in trouble, man. Y'all trying to get me in trouble over here. That's what it is. Y'all trying to get law in trouble, man, for telling the truth. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Let's see.
Has all the tools he needs at his
Because I'm kind of pissed off.
Okay, so you're there right now.
Hold on, let me get this. Here we go. I love this rant right here by him.
I feel for all Cowboy fans, especially listening to Stephen today on KNC, when he says, like, we think it's a good thing to be involved. Why? Why do you think that? I would love to give you the credit, and we did. Pickens, great trade. Williams, awesome signing. But there's so many other things that you've done that weren't good enough. Mingo, bad trade. Tolbert, I tried to stress, trade Tolbert in the preseason. Ryan Flanoy is a better player.
But we're trying to win all games. I'm glad that Zach Wilchuk said it on the flagship station, and I'm going to give him his flowers because he's willing to go at the thrones of the Jerry Jones, and he speak freely. Bumped into him multiple times, and I like his delivery and absolutely his approach to it. The day I speak.
At Angie_Rebelchicks $19.99. Mo money, mo problems. Jerry Wayne Jones.
More money, more problems. Thank you so much, Angie, who done support so much. She's number one on the leaderboard now down below. You can see her name strolling at the bottom. Appreciate you so much, Angie. Thank you for your support. JD from DC says, I'm back to being just J.E. from C. Again, can't stop believing it. Yeah. How long have I been telling y'all that it's time to use Jalen Tolbert as trade? We can move on from Jalen Tolbert. How long have I been saying that Ryan Flanoy, even Flo Mingo, is better than Jalen Tolbert? Now, some of you guys who disappeared and was fighting for Jalen Tolbert to be on his team where y'all said we didn't need to get rid of him, speak now. I don't want y'all to be hiding. I need for y'all to say, nah, I need for y'all to at least do me a favor.
At
Solid.
G Cuddy $7,991 9.99. The Jones have hired actuaries to determine the minimum wins to reach to maximize points each year.
Most certainly. Thank you so much. How many of y'all said, nah, we should keep Jalen Tolbert. Can y'all at least just say, man, damn, Law, I was wrong on Jalen Tolbert, dog, man. Come on, man. Can you at least give me a half of a flower, you know? Because Jalen Tolbert has been a healthy scratch. And what I was saying out there in Oxnard is that Jalen Tolbert is not better than Ryan Flanor or Mingo for all of those things. You get what I'm saying? I done seen Mingo catch a ball, and they had Tolbert on the sidelines. Tolbert been needed to go. To a point, and I say this very respectfully, you know what I'm saying? When I made it back to Dallas, y'all know they do those 2 days. And Coach AJ, he's Jalen, I'm talking too much. Coach AJ, he can contest to this. Mama Tolbert walked up on me, and I'm sitting here watching the damn thing on the screen and watching the damn practice on the field, and all of a sudden I felt a sharp pain. I'm talking about a sharp pain on my left shoulder right here where the I can check. And it was a pinch. It was a pinch because she grabbed the meat right here. She squeezed it and swayed, and she squeezed it and turned it. And I was like, ah. And it was Mama Tolbert saying, baby, you need to stop talking about my baby now. So I'm a baby. She said, baby, you need to stop talking about my baby. That's an assault. I should sue the Tolbert family, man. That's an assault. I don't know if that's a battery, but I know for sure that's an assault, you know. Roosevelt says Jonathan Mingo been the biggest waste of time, Law. Well, hey, I can level with you that. But what I'm saying is that Mingo, as much as a waste of time he was better than Tolbert. Yeah, she got off in there, man. If I wasn't as melanated that I am, boy, you can literally see how darker that spot is opposed to anything on my arm, because she took it and then she twisted. Somebody said nipple twist. Boy, y'all crazy. Boy, y'all are crazy. The battery is completed assault. Well, there's assault and battery because she assaulted me, man, physically. I should sue.
Now Tolbert is inactive on game day. You could have.
Hold on. Let me go ahead and play this full rant all the way. Hold on.
I feel for all Cowboy fans, especially listening to Stephen today on KNC, when he says, like, we think it's a good thing to be involved. Why? Why do you think that? I would love to give you the credit, and we did. Pickens, great trade. Williams, awesome signing. But there's so many other things that you've done that weren't good enough. Mingo, bad trade. Tolbert, I tried to stress, trade Tolbert in the preseason. Ryan Flanoy is a better player. Now Tolbert is inactive on game day. You could have gotten something for him. Is it a day 3 pick? Who cares? It's something for a player that's going to leave for nothing in free agency. They're never thinking 1 or 2 steps ahead, and that's why they're always behind. And it's never going to change. That's the thing that stinks. It's like we come back every year and we build up hope because that's what we do as fans. In reality, you're just going to get kicked in the teeth again.
The league's built for us to have hope.
Yes.
There aren't really any great teams out there, which makes it even more frustrating. They can't make one year theirs.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. This could have been a year for them. The NFC East, or the NFC Conference is open.
Yeah, I have 2 main issues. I mean, basically with what you're saying there is their inability to shift out of the trying to make the playoffs every year approach. Like, I think you got to ride that pendulum a little bit stronger, and the Cowboys still haven't broken free from that. And then picking coaches, I think they do that, and then they empower the coaches because they
No. You try to put some cover on.
Want to keep the coaches happy. They don't want the coaches coming to them and being like, the scouts gave us the wrong players, and they don't want to have to turn over coaches. They want coaching loyalty, so they give the coaches that much power. So A, they don't complain. B, they're happy to stick around. They don't have to hire new ones. And Jerry can have the certainty that I have a guy in this position that has my back, won't make me look bad in front of my peers like old Jimmy did 30 years ago. Hey, that one's still hurting you.
Your job as a coach the players I'm giving you.
Yeah.
right? I mean, that's what shows, I think, the good coaches to the great coaches.
But they want it on autopilot. You know,
Yeah,
they don't even want to
100%.
have that difficult conversation.
And that's fine. You don't have to. Put somebody else in charge of the football operations. You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
You can do your gas, oil deals, American Airlines, whatever other sponsors you want to deal with. Own the team. Reap the benefits of that. I feel...
Hey, man, he was cooking, man, with kerosene and all type of stuff. Zach Wilchuk was on money. Tolbert, the next Brunt model. Oh my gosh, man, he could be. Action Pal said, did she give you the butterscotch piece of candy afterwards? Nah, he, Mama Tolbert, she pinched me and she stopped talking bad about my son. And Daddy Tolbert, he's a former coach, and he was just going over some things that they did, you know, growing up and all of this stuff. So real good family, good people, man. I want what's well for them. Like I said, I still admit it to this day. If you had, if my daughter was like 21, 22-ish, I wouldn't mind her dating him. He's a real nice guy, very gentleman, esque, That's just for what I'm going to say with that. Will Chuck knows what to do. Yes, indeed, he does. With that being said, Cowboy Nation, where should we go from here? Where did we went wrong on this team altogether? You seen that they made the necessary adjustments as it relates to the lineup. I'm thinking that these last 3 games, if it's about winning, it should be about understanding. I should see less or none of these guys right here. Murray, I don't think that he should be given an opportunity to continue to be out there. In my opinion, I could be 1,000,000% wrong. But if you're going to mess up and if you're going to make mistakes, why not let them be learning mistakes for the youth? You drafted Mears Leofow. Put Mears Leofow out there. You guys don't have to like my delivery. You guys don't have to like what I'm saying. You guys can cape and say that Murray need to be out there on the field because he knows the game or what have you. But what I'm saying is, go ahead. We're not going to go to the postseason. And I hate the fact that the target market is, hey, our goal is to get to the postseason. No, your goal should be, I want to win the Super Bowl. That should be your goal. You can have milestones and say, hey, I want to win the division. I want us to be on the same page or what have you. And I want us to win playoff games. But your ultimate goal should be, I'm winning the Super Bowl every year. I hate the people that say, Cowboys say Super Bowl every year. Damn it, you're supposed to say that. You're supposed to say that mindset that I want to win the Super Bowl. And you're supposed to declare that. You're supposed to decree it. You're supposed to put hard work and efforts to it. And never get off of that mindset to think that you're not going to be able to do it. That should be your main thing. But right now, the destiny to get there, you are not there. Because now you got to rely on other people to solidify your goal. Because you didn't take care of business. TCB. You played politics through this season, and you rest on some of your laurels. And then on top of that, you didn't go through some of the hardships and look at someone in the eye and tell them that, hey, you're just not good enough to be here. So when you hang around the rim, as they always say, you never make the dunk, is what I'm getting at. You need to get these next 3 games, the evaluation processing. This should be the situation here. These next 3 games, I'm doing, let me go to the nickel formation. Okay, so they putting Carson inside the nickel now, and they got Bland, and they got Revel. If I'm going into this thing for these last 3 games, I want to take a look. I want to take a snapshot at Revel still on the outside. Rev on the outside. Diggs over here or wherever he will be at on the field. I think he'll be on this side, my bad. But y'all get what I'm saying. I'm putting Bland back inside the middle. Putting Bland back inside the middle. And I'm seeing what this combination, not to say that you're keeping Trayvon Diggs for next season, because obviously the plan is to move on from him and you save about $15 to $16 million, give or take. That's the plan. But what I want to do is, and this is just me thinking, cut the bull sugar off, put him out there, pray to God that he can get some good interceptions, get some good highlight reels, some feel-good stuff, and you get something more back in return as it relates to a trade. That's what you should do. And keep it boogieing from there. I'm trying to trade him away. Since you already contradict yourself with Jerry Jones saying that, hey, he didn't play because he's healthy. Schottenheimer said, hey, he didn't play because of the simple fact that there's things that we want to see him do in the week. And then you got Trayvon Diggs saying, hey, man, I'm healthy enough to play. Which one is it? Which one is it?
To show that I can play.
He just want to play the game, man.
I don't know the special requirements that I need to show that I can play. I've been in practice. I've been practicing well. Been running around doing what I'm supposed to. So, it's not my decision at the end of the day.
Diggs isn't healthy enough to be out there for us.
What'd you say?
Period. Okay. Did everybody hear that? I said he's not healthy enough for us to put him out there.
Yesterday, I was upset. I don't know the special requirements that I need to show that I can play. I've been in practice. I've been practicing well. Been running around doing what I'm supposed to. So, it's not my decision at the end of the day.
Diggs isn't healthy enough to be out there for us.
What'd you say?
Period.
It's sad. This is sad. Yeah, and Diggs messed up himself. You're right. All across the board, this is not good. All across the board, this is something that winning organizations don't do this. Winning organizations don't do this. Due to football politics, I say we lost 2 games that we probably shouldn't have lost. If we just do the politics parts of it. I don't know which 2 games, but we are plus 2 games if you just remove the politics sides of it. You'd probably be a plus 3 games if you develop that continuity and rapport a whole lot sooner, right? But football politics, people who think that they know more than you, and they get into these positionings and they get into these rooms and they rest off of the past. Man, the 90s were over 30 years ago, man. The 90s were over 30 years ago. Don't y'all understand that? The 90s was over 30 years ago. And when we were winning, when we go back to those sayings, this is what we were doing when we was winning. We didn't have these type of issue. we didn't have these type of problems. Can somebody give me the definition of insanity? Por favor. Yeah. It's the full interview.
The special requirements that I need to show that I can play. I've been in practice. I've been practicing well. Been running around doing what I'm supposed to. So, it's not my decision at the end of the day. So, we just have to wait and see. Come Monday or whenever we go back to practice, just do what I can do to show that I'm ready to play and go from there.
When were you told that you were going to play?
Yesterday.
What was your reaction?
I was upset.
Did you communicate that to them?
Yeah, they know.
Yeah. Do you feel that's what you need to play at this point?
Do I feel?
Yeah, do you need to play just to show everybody you're fine and you can play at 100% level? So.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Why do you think there's this gap between when we spoke to you on Friday, you thought you were going to play versus them not activating?
Going into the week, that was the plan for me to play. I was included in the game plan to play. And yesterday I was told I wasn't playing, so that's why I thought that I was playing. So it was a quick decision. I didn't know. I thought I was going to come out here and play, but they felt otherwise, and that's just what it was.
Just what it was. So to prove a point and to say, hey, it's all about winning now. We all about winning. We're not about losing. That you got a guy that's advocating that he's healthy enough to play, that can help this team. And he could have hurt this team. We don't know. Look, J.J. McCarthy could have been thinking like, man, that's still Trayvon Diggs. I may go to the whole other outlet. Who knows? That extra tenth of a second, Quentin Williams could be down his, his throat with all of that. They could have had the whole, woo, let me tell y'all something, man. Let the AI speak.
At Regina Green $427.05. Law, do you think Doc's outlook is changing on his future in Dallas?
I think for those who patiently waiting for Dak Prescott to leave, he got 2 more years. The restructure may make it 3 at the most, but he got 2 more seasons. So for those who want the other Manning kid, I forgot his name, Arch Manning. For those who want Arch Manning said that he's going back to the college this season, right? So that puts you right around, for those who making a conspiracy theory that we're going to go and get Arch Manning, then that could be the possibility right there. Someone asked, and they sent me a donation via PayPal, and they said, Law, do you see in the Cowboys drafting a quarterback next season, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter if you have Johnny Unitas, Troy Aikman, Roger Staubach, Tom Brady. If you want to draft, if the quarterback is the BPA, best player available, you draft him, especially when you got an older quarterback. You just want to make sure that whoever you draft is similar to your system. Now, Joe Milton, Shotty speaks very highly of him. I'm seeing that when I look at Drake May and how he progressed and how he performed this season is remarkable. Remarkable. I think he's in category. Drake is in categories of being MVP, right? Is that where Joe Milton come from, right? He come from that organization, did he? Look at how they handled that situation, if I'm not mistaken. But what was happening? In preseason, in training camp, everybody fell in love with Joe. They were like, hey, this damn Joe, man, he really good. Oh, yeah. Drake? And there was chaos, confusion. So they nipped it in the bud and said, this is our guy. Instead of dangling the fruit around and saying, and having Drake to think, damn, if I get up, I'm all of a sudden going to get Joe in there. The Cowboys never operate that way. They would rather have the fester of the news to continue to fester. To continue. And now, even if Drake was the starting quarterback, if he was, he will always look over his shoulder. And that's okay to look over your shoulder sometimes. But when the fan base and the whole entire community start nipping and pulling and tugging, you get these type of things. So if it is a situation, yeah, you draft the quarterback every year, but keep in mind that it comes with those type of results. But what you should do is capitalize off of it and trade away that quarterback that didn't jump you in your quarterback position and get something back in return. Yeah. Headlines. That's what Cowboys will fight for, are the headlines. But when we look at the chart, the depth charts of everything, it tells us everything about these boys. What went wrong here? Politics. They still got Jadon Blue as the second running back. He's not even healthy. He's a healthy scratch. Malik Davis climbed up in the charts. CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, Kevontae Turpin, Tolbert, Ryan Flanoy, and Mingo. Well, now, with a definitive answer is CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, and Ryan Flanoy, which we were saying before the season even kicked off, right? It takes the Cowboys forever and a day to identify their playmakers, which is a problem to me. Schoonmaker had a good play, but for him to still be in this positioning, knowing what I know, I'm sitting here like, damn, I get the Ferguson thing. He's $50 million. He's office furniture. He's not going anywhere. Brevis, Spanford, Fairweather, and all of them boys. I know we don't have Fairweather on this chart. Let me see, the fourth team. They don't have the fourth team at all. Yeah, so you don't have Fairweather. You don't have Princeton Fan or what have you. But you got this offensive line. The need to be right is always a problem here in Dallas. If you're from Dallas, you know what I'm saying. They like things a certain way, and I'm not finna beat them up for it. But if I'm paying a quarterback $60 million, there should never be a case nor a scenario that you got damn Nate Thomas out there blocking for that. You can't even explain it away. When you have good pursuit with Tyler Smith, who made Pro Bowl. Look, I'm going to just say this, which is I'm venting and I'm trying to talk facts with you guys at the same time. What blows my mind, what blows me better than anything Superhead can even think of trying to do to me, what blows me is that you've seen it before. Everybody, mama, uncle, cousin, Tupac, and Biggie climbing out of the grave knows that the left tackle is the most important part on your offensive line. Maybe you can argue about center. That blows me, man. That the Cowboys don't see this, man. That they would rather have their $60 million quarterback get blitzed, get people before the ball even damn near get to them. That the damn defender saying, hey, I'm here. Like, it blows me, man. That we don't foresee down the stretch It's crazy for this team to have a CeeDee Lamb, a George Pickens, and to the point of even what Ryan Flo is doing, and you can't protect it up front. Oh my gosh. All right. All right. These are our edge rushers. As a Raku, Clowney, Sam, Fowler, Houston. I get it. I get the whole notion that you can't have a dominant edge rusher everywhere. I get that. But you mean to tell me that we were going to do something with defense with these guys? Not to beat them up. I like Jadeveon Clowney for what he's able and eligible to do. We had to understand that. And Fowler, I get the notion. He had, 11, 12 sacks last season. He got here with nobody's training camp most of the time, going back and forth with this and that. He got here. He was pretty much was a shell of himself, and then he got himself into the situation. Toxic Tom says, I want what Law is having swallowed up.
All I ask.
Shit. But it blows, man, like we couldn't see this down. You couldn't see this. You get rid of a production guy who had 13, 14 sacks, and you only replace it with guys like, and shout out to my JSU, James Houston, and pretty much a 32-year-old, 33, 34-year-old. Yeah. You don't win this way, man. And let me just get to this DB situation. Not even going to touch on this linebacker stuff. The Cowboys are going to talk themselves into probably keeping Matthew Eberflus because of the way these defensive players look like because of their decisions. I like Siobhan Revel, his size, his knowledge of like to approach and be physical. Pause if necessary from when I said the size, but y'all get what I'm trying to say. Well, he shouldn't have been out there. He was rushed. Y'all already know my thoughts on Reddy Stewart. Y'all already know my thoughts on Bridges. Y'all know my thoughts on Carson. We was destined to not put pieces together. When you had Stephon Gilmore, literally, like in all of the Cowboys posts, said, hey, when you going to bring me in for a cup of coffee? I'll settle for a matcha right now, man. Give me something. And we never brought in anybody of any substance to help, not a one single veteran DB to help. We went back and forth, and you know that they are flat out done with Trayvon Diggs because they don't even put him on the damn list here. They put Jadon Blue here. He's been unactivated like the perm for a long weeks. But you don't even see Trayvon Diggs here. That's how much they ready. Jerry says scrub Trayvon Diggs from anything that you can see from the official roster of the Cowboys on this particular site. Get rid of him. Yeah. Yes, indeed. They still got Tolbert name up there. Everybody name him there. They got rid of doggone Trayvon Diggs. Said, boy, and this is where we at now, baby. Shoo.
Please come home.
Thank you for tuning in to the Law Nation Draft Talk. We'll be picking right behind. And that always get into me. A team that damn near beat us, they still drafting in front of us. That messed me up altogether, man. Oh, just like what happened last season, The damn 49ers drafted right before us. I'm sitting here like, damn, they've been our nemesis for all of these years. I hate to see it. When you see teams like the Arizona Cardinals, they done beat us this year, and now they drafted in front of us. It's crazy, right? I hate that, But neither here nor there. Far as their mock draft, they got us going with a cornerback, McCoy. Jermon McCoy. He had 4 picks last season, 9 pass deflects or PBUs, 44 tackles. They went with Cassius, is it Cassius Howell from the Texas A&M. He's 6'2", 248. Had 11 sacks last season. 6 pass PBUs, basically. 1 forced fumble. Shit, he had just as many as damn McCoy. And Farrell, Amir Farrell. He had 4 picks last season. The safety from Indiana. Are we ready to go down this fray of talks and conversations? Yes, indeed, man. Draft is all about defense. Howell is a dog. This is from DP. Cassius Clay. Mama call him Cassius Clay. I'm going to call him Cassius Clay. So sick of the draft being sold to us as a new way. And I love these receipts right here because this was sold to us in a good way, in a good situation, right? We was told that Tommy was going to be a good guy, and he didn't even make it to the 53-man roster. We was told, we were hyped up all off-season and some preseason that Phil Maffa, and he never got a chance to put on a shoelace or a cleat or anything with a helmet on to even get a chance to see him. All of us forgot what number he wears, We was told that Jay Toya, he's going to be a dominant interior threat, that he was better than Mozzie. And then we realized that, man, he just is equal. He started off good, but shoot. Hey, Jay Toya, maybe next season, man. Maybe next year. Johnny Cornelius, man. Shout out to him and Mama Cornelius. Real good people. But he got a little mean streak in him. But he can't beat out Nate Thomas, So if we see what Nate Thomas look like, I can only imagine if Johnny was out there. I just don't know. You know what I'm saying? Shamar James, boy, at least he was as advertised as it relates to being better than another linebacker here, but that's a whole nother conversation. I thought that Jadon Blue would at least give us a few touches, at least even in preseason. We never saw that speed. And I guess you can give kudos and credence to my guy Sam Williams. Hey, jeez. And then Cheval Revel, 6'2", 194. The jury's still out on what these top 3. Maybe, just maybe. I'm holding on to the good faith. Let me see. Somebody says, MJ says, not so fast, Law. Call me crazy, but this season is going to come down to the last game. Just watch. The Cowboys will make it to the playoff this year. That would take it to the bank. Emotions going to flip. Man. So, I tell you what. If the Cowboys make it to the postseason with this 0.5% chance, I'm going to do something very special to you. For you. Let's see if I can find this. So, what you saying is that the Eagles, they just announced that Jaden Daniels, the skinny leg quarterback. Shout out to Computer for coining that phrase. If this case and scenario happens, if this case ever happens, I'm going to change Law Nation Sports to MJ Sports. I'm going to change Law Nation Sports to MJ Sports until we get eliminated out of the playoffs. I'm going to go into my logo. I'm going to go to YouTube and say, this is going to be MJ Sports. You know, from MJ Sports, I'm going to change my whole brand. I'm going to change the logo and everything. And I'm going to say, this is MJ Sports. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, Justin Herbert. Thank you for the $1.99 for your buy. Said Chargers versus Cowboys. Can't wait to have a blessed day. You know what I'm saying? Don't y'all know how epic this would be if that even happens, man? That ain't 10. This is a 0.5% chance. A 0.5% chance. MJ Sports. Don't y'all know if that happens, if this scenario somehow happens, how crazy this would be? This would be the all-time biggest epic failure to anybody who ever represented Eagles. They would never have. I don't give a dog. About 20 years from now, they win 5 Super Bowls. They would never, ever be able to talk any type of noise ever, if that ever happens, you know. It would never happen. But, hey, I know keep the faith, hold tight, man, 0.5% chance. I get it, man. Boy, rigor mortars haven't settled in, boy. They said, hey, he started blinking. Hey, all of a sudden his fingers started moving. The phalanges started moving. The doctors counted him out, and all of a sudden he's up walking. Yes, indeed. All right, man. Oh, man, it's crazy, man.
Sleeper is the #1 fantasy sports app. It pays to know sports. Pick more or less on top players. Your first pick is on us, so start winning now. Play in Texas, Georgia, Minnesota, and 27 more states. Pick anytime across all sports, pregame or live. Over 10 million players are already on Sleeper. Make your picks count. Score up to 1,000 times your cash. Join today. Get up to $100 credit using code LAW. Call your shot on Sleeper. Download now.
No doubt, download Sleeper and be sure to use code LAW. Yeah. We will give $20 from me to you, and when you deposit up to $100, they will match up to $100. So on your first initial deposit. So go ahead and get that going. But man, my guy MJ, boy, Lord, what happened to your faith? You know, hey, sometimes when I see that it's 99% or 98% chance raining, I'm bringing the umbrella. All right, I'm not finna dance around with the 2%. You know, there's some people that would dance around with the 2 to 3% and say, "Hey, man, it's not gonna rain." Oh my gosh, where were I told you so people? Mozzie like to punish people. Little did we know he was talking about the Cowboys fans. Man, where were the people? I don't know where they at, man. Stelio said, do you have time for the Frenkel and Frenkel? Yeah. Let the AI speak on that, man. Y'all gonna make me get a potato salad with raisins in it now, man. I heard it first. We got Philly right there. We got Philly right where we want
At
him.
Stelios 300 Cowboys $5.05. Yo, do you have time for Frenkel Law?
There are times in life you wish you had a do-over. If you're in a wreck, make the smart choice right away. Frenkel and Frenkel, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
Let me crack your crane.
There's 214.
Fertilize your brain.
Or 817, and every 3 you can dial. Be sure to reach out to our proud partners of Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers. They're backed by a combined of 100 years of experiences. They are not vampires, but they will vamp for you. And on top of that, they're located here in the heart of Dallas. Be sure to reach out to our proud partners of Frenkel and Frenkel Personal Injury Lawyers.
Call my phone, hit my line. Only ones who down.
If you can't dial that number, visit frankelfirm.com.
Keep it super thorough my way on this side. Call my phone, hit my line. Only ones who down for.
I got from 214. Darius, you live on the Nation, man. Talk to me, bro.
Is my reception good before I go into my diatribe?
Yeah, man, you got great receptions.
Okay.
You got great reception. I can hear you very fine and dandy here, man. What you got for me?
Yeah, they doing some work at my house, but so I want to make sure. But you know what's gonna end up happening? I got a feeling Matt Eberflus is gonna leave, and then once he leave, the next team that he go to, he gonna do all the stuff that you always wanted him to do while he was here. Ain't that a bitch? I guarantee you.
Nobody gonna pick him up though. I don't think nobody gonna pick him up, man. He leaves. I think he needed
not even in college.
A year. College wise, man, he can go to my Jackson State and help us out over there, man. But you know,
damn, you think that lowly of the damn?
Nah, he'll be an all-star there, man. Shit, man, I'm still mad at Prairie View for beating my team, but you know, I think that with Matthew, he probably needed a year off. He's pressing. When they have coaching meetings, he don't allow the coaches to coach the individuals individually. They have one meeting, one sound, that type of thing. And I heard some kickback from that. Like some of the players are frustrated with. Oops, I'm talking too much. But go ahead.
No, don't do that. Well, you hold on. You was getting into it. Like so look, 'cause this is what I'm finna ask you. I'm trying to figure out like what makes a good defense, because and maybe we can have a conversation about this. What makes a good defense? And I'm looking at these other teams' defenses in the league, and I'm looking at the way that they play defense, and I'm trying to like figure out like for the Houston Texans, for example, like. The thing that pop out on tape, well, I don't want to say on tape, but on TV, what pops out on them is the two defensive ends. And it seems like they DBs play sticky coverage.
Right.
Or like they play, I don't want to just say they play man-to-man, but it just seemed like whatever coverages that they running, it seemed like the other defense is suffocated. You know what I'm saying? They can't get they shit off. You know what I mean?
Well, what it is that what makes a good defense is attacking. Is defense is really offense. You're attacking. You get what I'm saying? You're not defending. Technically, offensive linemen are defenders, right? They defending, they protecting. So if people get the concept of defense and they flip it, a defense is supposed to attack and be authoritative. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know for sure when you see a bee nest, you know not to you know not to mess with it, right? Because you know that there's consequences. So when J.J. McCarthy danced into the end zone, the defense is supposed to be able to attack They didn't do none of that stuff, right? All year long, they've been docile. Defense are supposed to attack. When you go back to like thinking of like Gary Payton back in the days, I know you probably around my age, right?
I know.
The glove.
Right. I'm 33.
Okay. You young.
But I know GP. I know the glove.
You know the glove.
I know about the glove. Yeah.
What made him aggressive was his tenacity, his mindset. I'm not going to let you go. I'm going to press you the entire way. So you knew that you had to combat against that. And you may have been bigger than him. You might have been faster than GP, but GP attack you on the field, right? Or on the court. So that what makes a good defense is the ability to attack and be relentless. Not this so-called docile approach. And this is another part of it. What makes a real good defense, bro, is communication.
Yeah.
You can have all those qualities and attributes, but if you can't communicate, you won't be a good defense. So like I was saying, like I was explaining, the linebacker's supposed to call the switch, right? If he never called the switch, then that means that these guys are not on the same page. They're not singing from the same hymn. And one of the things that I keep hearing from players that's on this team is that, man, we didn't have the communication. Man, we lost communication. Well, that's 30, 40 yards, man. You got to make sure that your communication is there. And they haven't had the communication. And I go all the way back, bro, to Jurassic Park. What made them small little raptors the most aggressive? What made them most aggressive dinosaur?
And the way that they talk.
Yeah,
with each other,
their communications. So nobody F with them. You know, even you steal their egg or what have you, steal something from them, they going to make sure that they attack you. They on your ass. They know how to communicate. They're doing all that stuff. And the other dinosaur like, what the fuck they do? And then all of a sudden you get ambushed from the other side. You know, so we haven't had that all year.
That's a good analogy. That's a hell of a So look, on there, right? Because there's so many layers to it. I don't want to keep you holding too long, but it's like I'm trying to break this down. Like, what is the freaking issue? You know what I'm saying? And so to me, it's like, okay, another question I have: what scheme allows you to attack in the way that you're talking about? And when you say in the communication part, I'm trying to figure out, like, with this team, what is the damn issue? Like, why specifically? Because I'm looking at other teams and I'm looking at they don't got superstar cornerbacks, superstar DBs, a whole superstar. Like, it was a team that was applying pressure to the Eagles. I forgot which team it was, but they didn't have freaking Jair Alexander in his prime and Deion Sanders in his prime. They didn't have that. They just had some like serviceable cornerbacks, but them cornerbacks was on them wide receivers' ass. Right. And so I'm trying to figure out why can't, with the pieces that we got, I know for sure Deron Bland is a full-out dog. I know that. Yeah. I've seen it before. I know Trayvon Diggs, brother. Trayvon Diggs is one of my best players of all time. I know Trayvon Diggs is a dog. I know he can do these certain things. So from what I've seen from Savon Revel is a dog too. He may be hurt, but what these other teams DBs doing, bro, I know our DBs can do that better. So I'm trying to figure out what the hell is the issue, and what scheme allows you to attack and communicate that way. Is that a coaching issue, or what the hell is it?
Look, Matt Eberflus' scheme is not to be damned. I'm not going to say this scheme is trash, but the way he's trying to go about it is not the pieces that he have. And I'm not making any excuses for him, by the way. If you are a vision-based defense, meaning that you giving the opposition the full sample, like this is what's going to happen. You know he's in zone. Every zone got holes in it. There's not a zone without one, right? So if we going back to like the basis of defense in general, he's a vision-based defense with Tampa 2. I get all of that.
When you say vision-based, what you mean by that?
I'm giving you exactly what you're seeing. Like think of a vision board, right?
Got you. They don't have shells. They're not in a cover 2 shell, but they got you. Yeah.
Right. So basically, Every quarterback been trained from middle school to read from high to low. You read your highest safety down the box, right? So you read that. You read your checks. You got your strong side. You got your weak side. You got your field side. You got the boundary side where you line up in the hash. So you know you got more room on your field side. So most people design their plays for as far as your slants, your bang gates, or what have you on certain sides of the field. So what I'm saying is basically what Matt Eberflus like to do is to not disguise none of that and say, this is what I'm going to give you. But I'm going to rush, but my pressure is going to get there. And he's not the only one that do that, right? I mean, Vic Fangio's a vision-based defense. There's the guy down there in Denver. He's a vision-based defense. Now, they may have different players, but what they tend to do is the part of what I said, the attacking part. When you go across the board, Brian Flores, what he did was he gave you a little mixture of little vision base. I'm going to give you a little mixtures of blitzing. I'm going to send it. You know what I'm saying? It's the variation. The scheme is nothing new under the sun, but zone defense has been around forever. Man-to-man defense has been around forever, but it's how you match up your concepts, and that's where we've been having issues with. We don't match up our concepts. And then we got guys that don't communicate well, and now we having the 30th ranked defense in the National Football League.
And can I say this in closing?
Go ahead.
That point that you was finna go in depth on, but you stopped it. You stopped it when you was talking about the coach, like Matt Eberflus, however you say his name. He's only doing one meeting. Right. Like that, and then you hearing that seep out of the building.
Right.
I remember when Mike Nolan was here, you would hear certain things like that seep out of the building, like, "Hey man, we don't know what the hell we doing because they don't know what the hell they doing." That I think that may be a telltale issue as to that, like wherever it's smoke, it's fire. That's the issue right there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Normally you have different rooms, like different. You got the DB room, the linebacker room. You got everybody in one room. That's kind of different. And then you hearing that the players is not vibing with it. That may be an issue. You know what I'm saying? So it may be a deeper thing with that, and so that kind of may be a byproduct of something else as to why we're not seeing what we're supposed to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, you got to mix it up, man, and. Let me lock the room up because I don't want.
The conference has been locked.
7 people in here. There's enough people. What I want to say here is, and I hope people can just dissect what I'm saying, is that you got to mix it up, man. You got to. Some quarterbacks are better throwing it in man. Some quarterbacks are better finding that zone. You can't give people the same picture. And by us giving the same picture, 94 to 95% zone, that makes it comfortable for the opposition. When it's time for some fire ants to get on you, they ain't finna make it comfortable. They're trying to protect the queen. They defending. So if you really think about it, you step in a bed of fire ants, who's been known to kill people, right? If you step in that ant bed, these ants are going to attack, because they're protecting the queen. When you look at the Cowboys, they don't attack at all on defense. They're not creating pressure. They're not giving you disguised looks. They make it easy for the quarterback. And that's what happened. And then there's no repercussions. There's no repercussions at all, bro. And that's one of the problems, too. When J.J. McCarthy dancing in end zone, there should have been a welcome to the NFL moment from somebody on this team, whether it's a penalty or not. Right. Because in baseball, you show up and dance, what's going to happen?
Oh yeah, they gonna hit you with the ball.
They're gonna hit you.
They're gonna make you pay for it.
They're gonna make you pay for it. That's why baseball ain't all that celebratory thing. They give you the receipt. There's consequences that you're gonna have to answer to for showing us up, especially at our home. So at some point,
they did it with the Star.
Yeah, with the Star. At some point, we need to have that, and we don't have it at all. We don't have it at all at the crib. We don't.
All right, that's what I wanted to know. Hopefully, it get better. I don't really know, because I'm pretty sure other teams do run the Tampa too, and maybe they do it well or better. I don't know, man. I'm just trying to figure out what the issue is so we can, get better. But I appreciate you, Lo.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, bro. That's Darius from the 214. JD or Jay from DC. He says, or Jay from C. I would rather Eberflus to try to get away with 12 men on the field, on the darn field. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Like, you got to have an approach and a plan. Like, when they saw when they saw it working against Jared Goff last week, they went away from it. When you saw this past game, y'all saw how Donovan Wilson was able to make impact in the game. Why in holy hell you would put him back in coverage, and that's not his strong suit? You got to know your personnel as well. And I wish, man, that Eberflus is, like they call him, doomsday defense, is that you got to play to the strength of your players. You can live off, like, you have a principle. Like, Jordan had the principle of the fadeaway. Why did Jordan develop the fadeaway? It's because the diminishing rates of return was bestowed upon him. That he had to figure out ways to change up his game. He could no longer just dunk on you from anywhere and any time when he's closer to the paint, or post you up in certain ways and these sorts of things. So he developed a fadeaway to protect him. Whereas the Cowboys didn't do none of that stuff. You go into a hornet's nest and you mess around with them. I was reading something on one of these animal shows that one of them hornets, I think it's a Charlotte hornet. You don't want to mess with them. They got a photographic memory. They can remember you. Yeah, they got a photographic memory. So you can just try to play around with them, throw some rocks and stuff, and mess up their nest. And then you run off into the house, you think it's all good. Yeah, I'm good. Then 2 days later, you walk outside, that hornet coming after you. And they can sting more than once. There was no consequences. There was no repercussions all this season long. And that is built in with trust. And that is also built in with the culture. What really made LOB, the Seattle Land, when they were winning, what really made them a threat was you ain't finna go into their home and beat them outside of Tony Romo that year. And Tony Romo went into their home, right? It was a home game for the damn Seattle team, right? But it's hard to beat them because of the crowd noise and the culture there. They were so loud that it caused an earthquake, a ricocheted, whatever. It caused an earthquake in that area. We don't have that here in Dallas. I think the culture is bad when you go to Arlington. Man, if I had billions of dollars, I'll put the stadium in Oak Cliff, man. North Oak Cliff. You know what they said out here, North Oak Cliff. You know, I'd have put it over there. Where you want to talk stuff, you want to run your mouth. Y'all know what I'm saying? I got from the 979 DP. Talk to me.
What's going down with you, Lo?
All is well. All is well. Got
Yes,
to
sir.
get some
Yes,
water
sir.
right quick.
Oh, okay. So I guess what I wanted to do is like just go on a quick little rant, and I'll try not to be too long when I talk about this. For me, I'm not gonna give Jerry Jones credit for, excuse my language, but half-assing at his job. They want to praise him for the whole Pickens trade. I mean, yeah, that was a good trade. Not gonna lie about that, but it didn't fix the defense. I mean, the minute in that Giants game when Russell Wilson threw for 500 yards. I mean,
right.
Jerry should have been on the phone immediately trying to fix the defense, and it took him until
the trade deadline to make the Quentin Williams trade when I felt like that trade could have been made a long time ago. You know, that's all he does. Like, he half-asses at his job, and we're supposed to be okay with that. And no, we're not. No, me personally, I'm not going to be okay with that. He's over here shopping at Dollar General, getting some of these players in here, man. It's like he thinks that that's really going to fix the issue, and it's not. You know, we're gonna go into next season with the same issues. You know, if he keeps Matt Eberflus, I mean, I don't see the defense getting any better unless Jerry plans on spending every dollar getting top-notch players on defense, and I just don't see that happening.
Yeah.
You know, so we're just gonna be stuck with the same crap. You know, and it's unfortunate. Like I said, because like I said, Jerry's not going to fire himself.
Right.
He's going to sit here and keep selling hope to the whole fan base. And me personally, these last 3 games, I want to say, like I said, I want to see Mears. I want to see Mears out there. I want to see Jadon Blue out there, and people can miss me with the whole fumbling issue, because if that was the case, then they would have benched Pickens and Ferg a long time ago, because both of them dudes lead the team in fumbles. Like, I think Pickens got like 4 and Ferg got like 3. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't trying to hear all that. I mean, you might as well, it's like you ain't got much else to play for, so let's see give Jadon Blue a chance.
Right.
I'm just saying to give some of these guys chances to let's see what they got. You know, so I mean, but like I said, it's the same old, man. Like, you got a horrible GM that just doesn't care about winning. He wants to, you know, he cares more about bringing attractions to the stadium, like boxing events and concerts and things of that nature, man. So that's just typical mess, man. But as always, man, appreciate you giving me a chance to speak, Lord. You take it easy.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in. That's DP, man, from the 979. I get his points. I echo some of those sentiments. Is it about winning, or is it about bringing boxing events here, housing, let's say, the high school, you know, championship games here and all of this stuff? I get that part of it. That's not never going to go away. That's something that they covet. That's something that they like and they're proud of. And that's something that they can utilize and get money for. When those organizations reach out to the Joneses to utilize their facility, it's not for free. So it's another way of money grab, right? And they still got to solidify the investors. They got to make, you know, Landman opens up so much, man. When you go watch Landman, the guy that owned certain parts of this, those oil refineries passed away, and now the wife is in control, and they realize that they got no money, right? They got over $400 million in debt. Overall, they making billions of dollars a year, but they got to pay out so much, and they still got to drill and find more and more money. And that's a game that you don't really complete. You don't finish it. It's always a game. And when she trying to get more and more money, she got to reach out to this drug lord guy. You know, I'm just paraphrasing the series, season 2, and if you haven't seen Landman, go check it out. But it teaches a lot of people a little bit about what is the heart and soul of Texas. Everybody moving to Texas. Bill Gates moving here. Tesla here. Walmart people. Everybody, man. Tupac and Biggie still here. Man, everybody's in Texas. This is where you can make billions, man, if you make the right moves and investments and stuff like that. And to make a longer story short, when the guy sat down with the lady, he said, hey, you know, in this business, we're snakes. I'm paraphrasing. We're snakes, and you're not a snake. A snake can only deal with another snake. And then she said, well, what about this other guy? I forgot his name, the leading guy, slender guy. I forgot his name, tip of my tongue. He's not a snake. He's a hawk, and he eats me. He eats people like me. So what I'm trying to get at is Jerry Jones. I'm not trying to say that he's a snake, but damn it, he's a snake. You know, he's a snake oil salesman. So, like whoever said about an hour ago, that this is just a hobby. This is how they make money to put back into that oil business or to put back into their gas company. And it is for what it is. DFW have the most transplant from other states in this past year. Yeah, Jerry Maddock. No matter where you go in the DFW, man, you get a lot of people from all parts of the world. And they are they are living here, taking over, to the point that I'm thinking that 2 years from now, well, no, hold on. Well, math serving me correctly. Frisco, when you look up the economics of it, Frisco in 5 to 10 years from now, the Caucasians will be the minority there. They'll be the minority there, and it'll be Hispanics. I think the list goes, and I'm not trying to make white, black thing, but y'all get what I'm trying to go. It's going to make Frisco, Texas, the Hispanics, and I don't want to call these people out of their name, the Indian people, not the Indians, the native, but the people with the dot in the middle of their head. I forgot to name them people, the Indian people, and then blacks and then whites. You know, it's some crazy number like that. It's like in literally the next 5-10 years, Frisco is going to be flooded with that, you know, so it's just for what it is. That's just how it is. Crazy when you look at the start sheet, when you look at the stat sheets of the people that's moving into Texas. I got from the 206, you're live on the Nation, man. Talk to me, man.
What up, now? You gonna call it MJ, huh?
Was that you that posted that?
What did
or was
I
it
say?
another MJ? It was somebody else named MJ?
Another MJ.
Okay, so many MJs and DPs, man. You know.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I said, yeah, call it MJ, but we all got, you know, the hope ran out of us. It drained all the fan base everywhere.
Man, come on, man.
The whole fan base is gone. They like, man, we know not it is what it is. It's not even funny no more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
After them dudes is choked. I'm with the Chargers players last night. I said, Quentin, don't beat us too bad. I'm talking to the little punt returner. He's like, Mom, we gotta win, because we can win we want to beat Denver. We already beat them once. I said, man, don't beat us too bad. Boy, they coming in here on fire. That defense and Harbaugh hate the Cowboys. We get beat down this weekend. We get beat down, y'all.
Well, we finna get drugged on. No.
We finna get drugged.
Oh, man.
I'm talking about the Chargers is hype, and that because I ain't never in my life, I ain't never seen the Chargers defense play like that. The Chargers defense is for real.
Okay.
That number 3, they safety number 3. That's my boy. He ball.
Derwin James.
Yes.
Yeah.
He baller, shot caller. So I told the San Diego players, they was out last night. I said, man, don't beat us so bad. They started laughing. Quinn up burners, man. Because them corners, our corners going to get to it.
Who you talked to last night? What was his name?
Is it Quentin Johnson? I always call him Quentin Williams. You know, a receiver from TCU. Yeah. That's my boy. And he started laughing. And he said, Mom, we got to win. He's trying to go against Denver. I'm happy for him. I said, man, it'd be funny if it'd be an L.A. Super Bowl. We going to party in L.A.
Yeah.
The Los Angeles Rams against the Chargers. I hope it happens. I'm a Cowboy for life, but, man, it is what it is. I ain't gonna let this sorry players break my spirit and choking ass coaching staff, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that dude and Jerry Jones, he did it again. He picked that coach with all names do pick his coach. Because I even talked to my boys from Seattle. They said, Mom, don't you know Shotty's gonna get one of them young boys, defensive coordinators. You go with him, it don't match. He didn't want that guy. He did. He did it because he wanted to be a coach. I understand it. And he did it for Jerry, and Jerry fucked the whole season up again. So we got to wait till next year, hope, and everybody going to get good next year. I'm telling y'all, the Giants going to get good. Even the sorry-ass Redskins might get good. I call them Redskins. You know what I'm saying? And the Eagles might get back good because they defense always. When you got a defense, like me, you say, defense trap. If they get a good offensive coordinator, they're going to be back games. Every team going to get good. So, man, we even messed up a chance for Dak Prescott and them to go to the playoff. Even 27 points, 26 points, 23 points. If they had a good defense, Cowboys would be like 10-2 or 11-2. Would have had a good record. And we dropped the ball, y'all. We did it again. We do it every year. Chokers and my boy on I'm talking Cowboy. What's the receiver that used to play?
Jesse
Isaiah.
Holland. Oh, Isaiah Stanback.
Not Jesse. Man, you could tell after that interview on Sunday, Isaiah was so mad. He said, I told y'all. And he was right, though. He said about Shotty, too. Isaiah, when y'all watch, man, Isaiah broke what the Cowboys supposed to do. He said, ain't no excuse. He said they played against that. They played against Denver like that. They played against Detroit like that. They already knew what was coming, the offense.
Mm-hmm.
And they choked. And then he said, the defense, them guys, I'm so disappointed. They said, and I love, my boy Voss, shout out to Voss. Voss been killing Uber fuck. I call him Uber fuck. He said, man, get this guy out of here. And I'm telling y'all, if he come, and Jerry know, if he bring this guy back, Jerry, you think what happened when you didn't get these players and you bring that sorry dude back, that means he don't want to win.
Mm-hmm.
So get that guy, man. Get that guy out of what they say, don't let the shine hit you in the ass when you get out of here.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you for calling in, man.
How about the Cowboys? The Cowboys for life. But the fan base, we just got to do what it is.
Yeah.
Our players choked on us, and the GM choked on us. So, shout out to the Law Nation. Salute.
Salute, man. And tell Derwin James and Quentin Johnson I said, what's up, bro?
All right. Quentin. They go, hey, you'll see him there. You ain't going to go to the game?
Nah, I ain't taking my... I'm going to be right here, man. Appreciate you, bro.
I don't blame you. Hey, and we've been beating them just like we beat the Vikings. They going to get us finally. They about to finally get us, y'all. And I hate to say it, the season's over. So go on play that quarterback. But you're going to know on Saturday anyway.
All right, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in, man. Yeah.
Oh, look at my African American over here.
Yeah. Appreciate you, bro. Oh my God! I got James Styles and I got 100 grand. No. I got this is the correct order. James, Stelios, and then close with 100 grand. But from the 662, man, you live on the Nation. James, talk to me, man.
Hey, how you doing, Law?
I'm doing all right, man. Any relation to Sonny Styles?
Oh, y'all ready? All right.
What you got for me?
James Styles from Leland, Mississippi, about 2 hours north from your hometown.
Okay. Yeah.
And what I have to say, it's been a while. I think it's probably about 2 years since I called in. But I mostly just listen. But I would like to say this about our guy, Dak Prescott.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I think that his career is going to be similar to Romo because the Joneses they go, let's say you need 10, they're going to give you 6. That's how I see them doing it with Prescott like they did with Romo. And I don't think Prescott going to actually have everything that he needs to get to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they would go all in and help him. But as far as the defense goes, man, I hope that they would get somebody in there that would help. I don't think the players that bad. I don't think playing they got bad overnight. I think it's I don't think none of them really, from how they play, I don't think none of them really crazy about the system they in. Well, I would love to see Prescott get a Super Bowl, but man, I tell you, I know not Eagleflus, the head coach. I know he calling the play this and that, but I think a lot of this is done. I don't really think he's a great play caller. I think a lot of this is done because Prescott is the quarterback. But them two, the offensive linemen, with the left guard and the right guard, left tackle, right tackle, that would be it, right?
Right. That's my two areas of need to improve: left tackle, right tackle. Mm-hmm.
Now, I would say this here. I would love to see them go offensive lineman, defensive end, linebacker, corner, and safety in the draft. That's just my opinion. But I'm not really sold on the head coach. In the big game, I think he's a little too conservative, and I don't think he putting Prescott in the best position. I think Prescott just making it work. And one more thing before I get off here. That receiver, that third receiver, what's that young man name?
Ryan Flanoy?
No. Flanoy, yes. I think that gentleman right there, I think he's a good receiver. If he had more opportunities, I believe that guy can do the job. But I'm just not sold on the head coach and the offense. I'm not sold on. I'm thinking mostly working because we got a quarterback. If Dak had time, man, he could do some things. But every time he hiked that ball, he got to look around and he got to take off. And I'm gonna hang up and listen to your comments, my brother, and thank you for the call. Yeah. And hopefully I call within the next 2 years.
Most certainly.
More faster.
No,
right,
you good. Hey,
James.
Hey, James. Before you go, you know
yes, sir.
Do you know who Sonny Styles is?
Who that?
Do you know who Sonny Styles is? You don't know a Sonny Styles, do you?
Where is it? I was wondering about that. I heard that name. We talking about the linebacker?
Yeah, from Ohio State. He's 6'5", 243.
Yeah, I think about I need to check into that because my people are in Tennessee, Texas, California, and Illinois.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of styles I done ran up on that I didn't know I was related to. So I can't say I can't say I'm related to him or not until I find out who his people are. But I went to school with a gentleman, and I found out that me and him were related. I ran up on a cousin of mine in Texas.
You never know, I don't know, man. It could be.
As of now, I don't know who he is until I find out who his parents is.
Yeah. Let me give you some research right quick, man.
I see you pulling it up.
Yeah, y'all might be related or something like that,
Where's
man.
he from?
You know. Let me see. I think he's from Ohio State. You know. Yeah. He's from Ohio State though. Yeah. And is
Yeah. Let me ask you right quick while I'm still on here. What I know this sounds crazy, but what is the chance that we are getting that that defensive coordinator from the Lions? Man, that guy.
Oh man, that's his first year, man.
He was doing his line. I was like, man.
Yeah, he ain't really going anywhere. You know, he literally gonna be there for a while.
It's just a dream, bro.
Yeah, Shepard gonna be there for a while. The biggest thing that we can do is hope for Aaron Glenn to fall on his face, and then you go call the phone and pick him up and bring him over here. But outside of that, he ain't going nowhere.
But did you know? Yeah. Okay. Did you notice? Maybe just me. I'm just outside looking in, brother.
No, you good.
The adjustment that Dallas make is either late or not at all. And if anytime you see Dallas do something good, they team do something different.
Yeah.
And our team be giving me a flashback of our old coach sometimes.
Yeah.
And I wish that Dak Prescott. Man, I would love to see him get a Super Bowl, but boy, I'm telling you, being a Dallas quarterback, brother, that guy do good. But man, I'm telling you, I wish they go all in on him, and Jerry Jones would step out the way, which I know he ain't, and let a coach like Jimmy Johnson, somebody similar nature like that, like New England got, and like Detroit got, and let them run the team.
Let them
And
run
that's
it,
all
yeah.
I got to say, my brother.
Appreciate
Once again,
you,
I
man.
appreciate you.
Thank you, man. Thank you for calling in.
All right, brother.
Good call from
All right, brother.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
James Style. All right, so Sonny Styles, I learned something just by while James was talking. That his dad, Lorenzo Style, who's a Super Bowl winning linebacker for what team did he play for? Super Bowl, the Rams. Lorenzo Styles. That means he gonna have some good pedigree. Oh Lord, man, he gonna be well coached. Jeez, if Alex, his name is Alex, Sonny Styles, I want him. You know, I want Style make fights, man. Jerry. If you turn on this man tape, man, you seeing everything that I said what defense is all about, you know. Sanjay got a brilliant questioning here. Law, I believe the Chiefs might do a rebuild. If they let go Spagnuolo, I would make him the number one priority for the offense, for the offseason, I meant to say. Give him a blank check. Oh, yeah, shoot. Watch what Dak can do, man, if he had some defense that we can lean on. And I'm not trying to make this about Dak, but, man, that'll be nice for us, man, to have a top 5 or a top 10 or top 5 defense. Hell, yeah. And you pick up this Styles kid, yeah. Oh, man, I love it, man. This is where I'm at now, though. Where am I? I was somewhere right here. Did I delete it? No, I hope I didn't. Here I go. Yeah, I was looking at all of these guys right here. They got Ruben Bain as the number 1 guy that's in this draft so far. Caleb Downs, Ervil Reese, who's another linebacker. Peter Woods, Jordan Tyson, Jeremiah Love, Fernando Mendoza. Mendoza! That's all I could think of is Mendoza from what's that damn movie? Mendoza. Low Down Dirty Shame. That's all I can think of. Mendoza. I got from the 520. You live on the nation. Talk to me.
How you doing there, Lo?
Oh man, I'm doing okay. I'm better. It takes me about 3 days, man, to get over a loss. So I'm okay now. I'm okay.
I understand that. I watched the clips and I was like, man, I feel sorry for that brother. Put out that dough to get a poo-poo performance, straight up. I'm gonna get some shout outs. Shout out Bryan, Texas.
Okay.
A&M.
Okay.
College Station. Bryan, Texas, home of Mac Alexander Jr., Sonny Mac, my dad. May he rest in peace. And the referee, Mr. First Down, Red Cashin. Bam. Here we go. Give me the drop.
Which one?
The playmaker.
I got you.
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
You got it.
Remember we was talking about the last time I called in was about defenses, about man defense, and zone defense. Remember I was talking about that, and I broke that down. Man, you stick what you do. Zone, you cover your fucking area.
Mm-hmm.
You cover. You don't put a man press corner in zone because he can't cover. You got to be able to cover. Bam, flat out. So this is what I am going to do with your blessing, because I am going to OTL, obey the law.
Okay.
With your blessing. This is what I'm going to do in this off season. I'm going to dedicate my whole time to defense. The man concept, the zone concept, and the zone man concept. I'm going to break it down from base defense to all the little intricacies involved in each. And I'm gonna do clips because I do have a channel. I got to open it back up. Okay. And anytime I put in the information, I'm going to send it to you, and it'll be your decision if you want to drop it on one of your casts or not. Because we have fair weather Cowboy fans that live on that. We've been living on hopium since 1996, and I'm sick of it. We should have had at least 4 Super Bowls, and I'm gonna tell you when. The time when Quincy Carter was playing, but politics got in the way. 2009, well, actually 2007, we should have been able to at least snip the divisional. 2009, 2014, and 2016. Now, out of those 5, we should have got at least 4 out of that. But what I'm going to do is this whole offseason, I'm not going to go calling out players and all this other stuff. It's just every defensive position is going to be identified and what their responsibilities are.
No
in
doubt.
Man and in zone. That's from the defensive line to the linebackers to the safeties and corners. All of it.
Okay, appreciate you calling in, Unc. Man, I thank you,
People
man.
don't understand that.
Yeah.
So, and from now on, it's not going to be Unc. After the 1st of March, it's going to be Stelios 300 Cowboys, and that's what I want to be referred to as anytime I call in. Because where does that 300 come from? You put that drop in there, Leonidas. I'm gonna be Leonidas in this shit.
Okay,
Straight up.
Stelios 300. You know what I'm saying? I got you.
Yeah, and here you go.
What is your profession?
All right, Stelios.
Real quick, a can of Raid. Take a can of Raid. This is what this defense is. A can of Raid. If it says ants, roaches, and flies and spiders, why are you spraying it on bees to kill bees? Does it say bees on the can? Hell no. There ain't no bees nowhere on there. Deuces, I'm out. And remember, I ain't gonna be many more of these punk bees.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you. They can come closer than that's Stelios, man. 300.
Original, they never will be.
He came over here regulating. Man, I can't wait for 100 grand get in here. I don't know what he gonna say. Oh, I killed y'all ears. My bad, y'all. that was 300. You know, the boy came in here like coming to America. From this day forward, anyone throws flowers at my son fate have to answer to me. The people with them damn flowers, they were like, oh, gee. Yes, indeed. So he ain't gonna be no more punk bees, man. So y'all be sure. Y'all be sure. You get ready for it, man. I got my brother, man, from another mother, man, from 201, not 50 grand, not 40, but I got 100 grand. You live.
Listen, man.
All right.
We need to concentrate on the defensive line and the offensive line in the offseason.
Which areas?
The two ends, primary, and we need pass rushers.
two-edged.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
We need pass rushing. If we had pass rushing in our defensive line, that'll stop it. I don't care who the corners is.
Right.
It doesn't matter. And we play that 5-man front and we got pass rushing law. Come on, dog. If we could have the best defensive line, all the other levels is, hey, it is what it is. Hey, keep them. Because you won't be able to get the ball out.
That means you keeping Flus there.
He's staying. I'm not. Well, come on, man.
You're gonna
find.
Yeah, I know.
We know how this goes, so I'm not even. We know how this goes. He's staying. He's staying. I'm not even. You can let him go. He's not going nowhere.
I see the angle. I know what they're gonna say though. They're gonna say that the players were not to his personnel. And they're going to recall the 3 games that they did 1 in a row. They're going to use some Fugazi bull sugar on why we lost the last, 2 games, right? And that's just how it is. We know the Joneses by now, man. We know these boys.
And to think about it, and not to cut you off.
No, you good.
Cutting you off. But when we got Quentin in here in that line, it started turning things around. We lost last week because he was playing 3-men front, which gave the quarterback time because we ain't had no pass rushing to get to him. Watch the game. He was playing 3-men front, Law. He had all day. 3-man and 4-man fronts he was playing. He wasn't playing 5. You rush 3, you going to rush 3 with Dak Prescott and see what happens to you.
Well, that's what teams been doing though, bro. They only rush 3 or 4 and they drop.
But again, our line is the two. I said we need the 2 tackles. We need to go.
Oh yeah, on the other side of it. I see what you're saying.
If we had a line that could stand, I'm not with getting rookies. We need to spend some money and get some veterans in here. We need some veteran tackles in here on that offensive line. We can't play around with no rookies no more. It's over for that. Dak Prescott worth too much money, and that line is good. That line is a good line, but when you compromise with those 2 boys, it messes everything up. You need 2 veteran guys that know what they're doing.
Ooh,
and Dak Prescott can have all day long on that line, man.
The way I saw Tyron Smith the other day, I was like, man, bring him in for a cup of coffee.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, veteran.
That's what I'm saying. We need 2 BB is good. Tyler is good. We need, that's what we need, Law. We need to perfect the lines. We got 3 wide receivers. We lucked up with fraud. We got 3 dogs out there, Law, and they can't cover them. So you know what they said? We gonna blitz Dak Prescott. We can't stop them wide receivers. But you know what we could do? We could stop Dak Prescott. If we could stop Dak, those 3 wide receivers can't do much. It ain't about the defense and the corners they had. Blitz and blitz and blitz and blitz and blitz. That's what they figured out. In order to stop the Cowboys, we got to blitz the Cowboys and hope and pray. And they're getting there because our line is compromised. If you shore up the lines,
Stelios
then
300
hold tight. Hold tight. I got 300 from
They
Stelios.
my dogs.
Yes,
Step
indeed.
to them. Gotta get by ME.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to you for the super chat. Appreciate you, Stelios. Appreciate you, man. He says you got to go through him, to get to us, man. I appreciate you, boy. We got a defense with Stelios. But keep going. Keep cooking.
What I'm saying, if you can shore up the offensive line as well as the defensive line, Law, I'm telling you, we'll be a force. We got the corners. But if we got the lines that could get the pressure, we got the ball hawks. Our line, we can't get no pressure. That's the problem. If we can get, Quentin proved it. If we could get more pressure, Law, we'll have a top 10 defense. And we will continue to have a number 1 offense because the line didn't start to get bad, so they started to get hurt. and then they wore down.
Yeah.
Now, if Flournoy would have started the beginning of the year, we probably would have won a couple of those games.
Yeah. Yeah.
Instead of having, that boy in there.
Yeah.
We would have had Flournoy in there. Come on, dog.
Him downstairs.
We got 3. There you go. Exactly. Exactly.
Oh shit!
Hey, look, he gonna come looking for you, man. He gonna come looking for you, man. Him downstairs.
Hey man, God. We love him, man. We love him, man. All things, man.
But that's the key.
Yeah.
That's the key to a Super Bowl team next year.
No doubt, man. What else you got in closing? What you got in closing, bro? The lines, man.
That's it, man.
Appreciate you, man.
That's all I got.
What you expect for these last 3 games before I let you roll, bro? What you expect?
I play Joe Milton. Play. Listen, man. Take Quinnen out. Get the backup to Quinnens. Put them in there. Let's get them some work and some reps. Man, Law, after seeing Michael Parsons go down with an ACL, Patrick Mahomes go down with an ACL, you do not want to mess up next year with any of our guys going down with an injury affecting us for next year. We need to go into next year healthy as possible.
You know who I want to win the Super Bowl this year? And I'm praying that I hope that they can win it. Would be the Los Angeles Rams.
No,
I want them to win.
I was telling my brother, I said, listen, the Los Angeles Rams got the best shot to win the Super Bowl. I don't see nobody else beating them.
But here's the reason why.
I got another brother. He a Patriots fan.
Oh,
yeah. We back. We back.
Back. Mortimer, we back.
Oh no.
But you know what? You know why I want the Rams to win? Is because they did everything opposite what the Joneses said. If you go look at it, they went and got the older wide receiver. They went and paid. They went and got Matthew Stafford. They went and did
all the way in.
All the way in.
Stephen Jones talking about, they will pay the price. When? Where?
Yeah.
Where? When?
Yeah.
Same thing with the Eagles.
Yeah.
We hate the Eagles, but when? Where?
I thought for sure.
Out here, they owe like $500 million in dead cap, and they still rocking and rolling.
If it wasn't for that damn weather, and people failed to realize last year that the Rams had to evacuate their city because the whole
they would have won last year.
They would have beat the Eagles last year, But the Eagles won. They fair and square, all this bullshit. But I'm saying that them Rams, if they can win it one more time, I'll be like, yes. Now I got so much stuff I can bring down.
I know we all want Matt Eberflus gone.
Exactly.
But remember back in the summertime when we scrimmaged them boys? Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember when we scrimmaged them boys?
Coming
out of that scrimmage when they whooped our ass in the scrimmage. Remember that?
They whooped our asses in that scrimmage.
What did everybody say? The Rams defense is experienced. They don't have to think. They could just react and play. Go back and look at that. They could just react and play. They not learning anything. They can just go. They can just go.
Oh, okay.
We have not had a chance to where we could just go. That's why I'm listen. That's the only reason why I'm like, you know what? Keep Matt Eberflus for another year. That way, they know the defense. They can be better with this defense, and maybe they can just go. They don't have to think about nothing because they know the system. They can go. The benefits to this offense, Lord, was they already knew it, so they can go. The defense have not had that opportunity at all for 4 years. They had to learn new systems every single year.
Yeah, I know. I'm tired of
So that's the
learning.
only reason why I'm like, you know what? I don't love them, but it's the first year. Give you a pass. Next year, you have another bad year, your ass is out of here. But let this defense at least know what the hell they're doing. And then when they go into next year and if they flop, he's out of here. But let them at least know what they're doing.
All right, man. I appreciate you for speaking your piece, bro. I do. I appreciate you speaking your piece, man. Thank you, man, for calling in. Let me hear you say it.
How about them Cowboys?
Always 100%. Now, not just 100 grand, 100% on that, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you.
And look. In all thy ways, I'm 100%.
Oh, there you go, bro. Oh, hey, 100. Hey, hold tight, but let me show you. Hold on. No. I'm gonna go get it. Just keep talking right quick.
Lord is crazy, man. Lord is crazy. But like I said, man, let this defense have another year under the system, and then we can crucify that man. Because our defense needs they need something. They need something. So let's give them that. Let's give them that. Man. I know y'all don't like it, but let's give them that.
Man, I got this right here, bro. I got this this specialized thing, man. That my Christmas gift came early, man. Look what I got right here, boy. Yeah, you gotta look on the screen, man. Look at this right here, boy.
Hold on, I'm waiting for it to come up because you know it's delayed.
It's delayed to a second. Yeah.
So you just putting the headphones on. Hold on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That boy can't wait to open those up,
I'll go wait for a celebratory type of thing. Now I gotta wait. Maybe New Year's. I'll crack one open if they go against me what you just said with Matthew Eberflus. If they fire his ass, if they get rid of Kenneth Murray,
that boy got two of them things. He said, I can't do one. I'm going to get two of them
Two of them, man. Shoot. Liver going to be like, help me. Appreciate you for calling in, man.
All right, man.
No doubt, man. Yeah. That's my guy, 100 grand. With the plan. What's going on with what's going on with me, man, over here? Oh my gosh, boy. Make my beard grow though, man. Whew, it's make my beard grow, man. Someone sent me a paragraph on Facebook, and I'd love to keep my engagement going. Ernest Jackson stated this here, and I'm not finna read it all, but man, for you to put that up there, I gotta at least acknowledge. AI Tisha, can you read from where it states Ernest Jackson to the end of that, and we'll see what he got to say. AI Tisha, can you read that to the right of the screen? It's right there.
Law Nation Dak Prescott is not the problem in Dallas. His 7 playoffs games passer rating currently sits at 91.8 with a 2-5 win. Lou's playoffs games record, the Cowboys' defensively performances in those same playoffs for the most part, were subpar. Dak's career passer rating currently sets at 98.4 Dak's career, and his career completion percentage currently sets at 67.1. Before the end of this season, Dak will own all the significant quarterbacking records of all time, of all the quarterbacks that played quarterback for the Cowboys.
Damn.
Furthermore, Matthew Stafford played 12 seasons for the Detroit Lions, never won a Super Bowl. Yet, when Matthew Stafford became the quarterback for the LA Rams, he won a Super Bowl that same season because he had all the necessary supporting case of talented players and front office management. Furthermore, the head-to-head comparisons between Dak Prescott's and Matthew Stafford's career passer rating and their career completion percentage. Dak's career passer rating currently sets at 98.4 Dak's career completion percentage.
Hey, can you pause it for a second? God, let me give me time to stroll down, girl. Slow down, you know. Very mouthy, Let me say that this is a good piece of excerpt right here, bro. His timeline is very comparable to a Matthew Stafford who couldn't win in the postseason, who had all of his weapons as it relates to Megatron and all of these things, but never had defense in Detroit. So I do follow you. Now you may go, i.e. Tisha.
Currently sets at 67.1.
A.I. Tisha, my bad, girl.
Matthew career passer rating currently sets at 92.3. Matthew career completion percentage currently sets at 63.4. Keep in mind it took Matthew 13 seasons to win a Super Bowl, plus Matthew Stafford didn't receive the same level of negative criticism about his playing abilities as Dak Prescott has experienced over the course of his career.
Because, pause it. Yeah, because he didn't play for the damn Cowboys. They'll call it Matthew Stafford, trash Stafford. I got the memes of the Lions putting him on a trash can and him trying to throw the ball. So, yeah, he got some fair criticisms. But the reason why I like Matthew Stafford is because he keep moving. He keep grooving and moving and keep moving things going in the best direction.
Even though Dax has a better passer rating and a better completion percentage than Matthew Stafford in his career. So stop all the ignorant, emotional-based criticism of Dak Prescott's playing abilities, because Dak Prescott's playing abilities is amongst the best quarterbacks that ever played the quarterback position. He just haven't won a Super Bowl yet. That shouldn't make him a bad quarterback. It's ridiculous for sports fans to think that Dak Prescott isn't good enough to lead the Dallas Cowboys to a Super Bowl, because all database facts reveals that Dak is more than capable of leading the Cowboys to a Super Bowl.
I love the argument there, Stafford from Texas too. Matthew, Matthew with the Lions only made one playoff appearance. Yeah, it was crazy. They saw the arm talent. Now, arm talent wise, Matthew got it. But playing wise, I think Dak Prescott, Dylan, there was a slight chance that they were not going to keep Matthew Stafford last season, but then they did the renewal thing, and because he was hurt, and then they still was kind of still afloat, right? Even when they, keep in mind they had Baker Mayfield for a cup of coffee there as well. So it's crazy, man, how the Rams are ramming, right? And it's crazy how we can look at it that way. It was a great dissertation, man. He wrote that one. I was going, normally when somebody writes something that long, we don't even respond to it, but I get, yeah. I think most people who sit back and watch the game, they know it's not the quarterback fault. But they want to put the fault on it because it's been so long. I call it what we call Dak fatigue. Right? Because you got a lot of the fan base that was angry at how he got the job. And then you got the pundits and the critics that's like the 3-letter, 4-letter networks, that the reason why we are able to keep the lights on from those networks the network's able to keep the lights on is by talking Cowboys. Well, who's more polarizing than Dak Prescott right now on his team? It ain't many. Angie states, I need you to answer my question from the previous super chat. I must have overseen or didn't see that one. I can go search it. But what did you say, by the way, if you can, as we getting close to departing time? What did you say? Can you post it right quick and I can read it instead of trying to search for it, if possible? Can you post what you said? If not, I have to go all the way in the back office. Give me 1 second here while I'm searching. That's the only reason why I'm a Cowboys fan. It's hard pressed for me to start. Now, let me just break this down. I'm a Cowboys fan. Whether we won one game, no games, or we win in all of the games, I'm a Cowboys fan. Let's put that out there first, right? Now, the league, the NFL league pivot once the 2000s hit, and they wanted people to be fans of particular players because that's how you make more money and revenue, because they know that they want parity in the league, but there's some teams that just never will absolutely win games. That's just how it is. So they want people to become fans of players. If you can join fantasy and have a guy that's on Green Bay and also have a guy that's on Cincinnati, they can have a guy on the Ravens, meaning that now that you are a fan of the player, that means that you're going to turn that TV on and watch said player. All right. And that's just how that works. So this modern day, we got a lot of newbies. Like if you are like 30 and under, you are more than likely to be a fantasy guy. Like you're not really rocking with one team. You kind of like, hey, I like this player here. I like Myles Garrett. I like Jay Cheddar. You know, you kind of floating around and liking players versus the team. And that's the new angle. Like if you born in the 60s and the 70s and parts of the early parts of the 80s and some 90s, you pretty much, that's my damn team. I don't give a dog. I'm only going to watch my team. But the NFL don't like that. And the NFL want you to be fans of all teams, and the only way that they can finagle you that way if you join like the fantasy league and all of this stuff. And that's why people are more than likely to bash the Cowboys even when their team is losing, but then they turn around and say, well, I'm following. They don't even announce their team. They'll follow their player and say, nah, Aaron Rodgers is my guy, you know. Or to a point and to a degree, I like CeeDee Lamb. I can't stand the Cowboys. So you got a lot of those people that's in this world now versus you picking one team and be satisfied with it. And the NFL loves the idea that you can be a fan of more than one team because your guy is on their fantasy team. Yeah. I got this right here. I found it. Here we go right here. I got Swayze. I didn't think that I read that one. Shut down Dak for the rest of the year. Excuse me. Shut down Dak for the rest of the year. Time to start preparing for 2026. I would play Jalen Blue to see what he got. I think we may need a second round running back talent. Now, I'm gonna get to yours too, Angie. I get what Swayze is saying. I get what Swayze is providing. Dak is going to be hard to pull Dak from the field. I've seen Schottenheimer pull Dak Prescott from the field, right? When games were like so far reach. I think it was the Bears game or what have you, and Joe Milton came in. If we are mathematically eliminated, which we're not, we're 0.5 or what have you, then I can see the Cowboys pulling Dak Prescott because Schottenheimer is thinking long term. And Schottenheimer, based off of his coaching prowess, I think that if Jason Garrett got 13 years, if Mike McCarthy got 5, I think Schottenheimer will at least get 15 years if you add those two things together, because I think that Schottenheimer, the way he kind of like the Jones family love his approach to things, I don't see them moving on from Schottenheimer anytime soon. He's going to be here for a long time. And I hate to say this, but he might outlive those Joneses, like far as Jerry and them. You know, get what I'm saying? I'm not trying to put that mojo on them, but I'm just saying I agree with Swayze to this point, but I disagree with Swayze to this point. I agree with Swayze if the Cowboys community was mature. But by the Cowboys not being mature, because Joe Milton can literally go out here and blow the doors off of damn Washington and the Giants, and people be like, hey, that's your quarterback right there. Look what he's able to do. And when they are playing against backups and scrubs or what have you, and the Cowboys are not mature enough to be able to say, damn, we just got us a good backup quarterback in the event if your starting quarterback goes down. The Cowboys fan base and the media will use that and say, well, the Cowboys would have went to the Super Bowl if Joe Milton was starting since day one. You know, by this time he'd be a vet and all of this stuff. So it is for what it is. I don't think that we are mature enough to see this. And we're not mature enough to do the things like what Bill Belichick did with Matt Castle. He got a chance to see Matt Castle play a few games. He knew what the hell Matt Castle was. And he said, you know what, I'm going to finagle somebody and get something in return. Got draft picks, more and more things to add to that dynasty. And then it didn't stop there. They had Jimmy Garoppolo, who they drafted, and he had a few good games. And they said, you know what, I'm going to finagle and finesse a little bit. And they got more and more things from him. But the Cowboys, we be to be damned to do that, right? We will say, well, he the second coming, and he will be able to be the next guy, heir apparent, and we're not mature enough, you know. So is Dak Prescott for these remaining 3 games, and you just got to finish strong, unless something else happened, right? You know, it's just how it is. I'm knocking on wood. I would love to see Schottenheimer and Joe Milton run some concepts out there just to see, because technically, when we got a chance to see Joe Milton, we never really got a chance to see him with the ones, you know. And that could be because of the maturity level of the fans, of the media. Can you imagine if Joe Milton was out there for a full 2-3 games on a spread where you have Pickens and you have there's no throw that Joe Milton can't make. The dude got a cannon for an arm. Now, as far as being accurate, now that's a whole nother conversation, right? But it is for what it is. Angie states for the $4.99 says, who ideal was it to draft Revel when he's a man cover guy in Fluke's love zone? you know, whose idea was it? You know, I guess when the picks are bad, this is this guy.
Look at my African American over here.
Will McClay, Willie! What you doing drafting that guy? Nah. I think that the Cowboys love to gamble. This time around, at least it wasn't the second round draft pick. This was a third round draft pick, right? Normally the Cowboys, they go get a guy that probably was banged up, had mental issues or some type of health concerns, and they roll the dice with the second pick. Right? And they probably was going to do it. They were probably going to draft Will Johnson. Then somebody like, hey, he coming off of an injury. You know, it's just for what it is, man. I don't know, man. I think that what we are seeing out of Siobhan Revo is a guy that should have played red shirt. And I'm not blaming him for anything. I'm not saying that he's going to be a terrible DB. I think that he got all of the skill sets. He can redirect, got good speed. He can fit. He's physical. He can give you zone. He can play man-to-man. He can play all of those things. And I'm not going to define him as a zone corner only. Or I'm not going to define him as a man cover corner only, right? When he has the size and the skill set to play all of it, right? There are some cornerbacks like Dante Jackson that play for the Chargers that we're going to see. He's a zone cover corner. He's nothing else, but he's a zone cover corner. He sits in the zone. He's not going to jam you. He's 5'10", 180-some pounds. He's not going to man you up all day. Yeah. Yeah, so he's going to sit on his zone. And the only way zone defenses work is, think about it. You sitting on a situation with your eyes on the quarterback. It gives you better advantages because you know that ball got to get out within 2 to 3 seconds. But if that quarterback got enough time to pat the ball and go through his progressions, you can eat up a zone any day because you're throwing it into windows. You're not throwing it to the opening of the receiver. Receivers don't have to break free. You're just saying, I'm throwing it in this spot right here. That is the easiest thing you can do, but it's complicated when you got stuff all everywhere, all in your face, and you can't see that window. You can't see that window, and you trying to guess where that ball is at, and you got pressure in the face. That's what makes vision-based defense work. But when you don't have it, when you don't have the pressure up front, man, you can pick apart zone-based defenses. That's just how it is, unfortunately. Yep. All right. 1, 2, 3, eliminated. Yeah. Shit. Lasso says Milton ain't good. Yeah, I feel you on that though. You know. All right, Cowboys. I done extended my time, man. The longest show ever, man. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna stop having these phone lines open. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah. There are gaps in zones. Yeah. Why was zone-based defense developed? Why was zone defenses developed in the first place? Why do they exist? You can blame the damn Dallas Cowboys. That's why they exist. Bullet Bob was the fastest player in the league. That's why zone defenses were developed.
The guy you're looking at could honestly say he was the fastest player to ever play in the league.
Let me see if I can pull it up for y'all.
The guy you're looking at could honestly say he was the fastest player to ever play in the league.
At
His
Stelios
name?
300
Bob
Cowboys,
Hayes,
$5.05.
Since
Since the inception of the 17-week regular seasons, what team made the postseason at 9-8?
I don't know, Stelios. I don't know which team. But all I can say is that
Bullet Bob Hayes, the only player to be a gold medal.
over here. Boom.
The guy you're looking at could honestly say he was the fastest player to ever play in the league.
Ever play in the league, yo.
Bob Hayes, aka
A little educational
Bullet Bob
class.
Hayes, the only player to be a gold medalist and Super Bowl champ, a 7th round pick out of Florida A&M. He played 11
Florida
years
boy.
in the league, all but one with the Dallas Cowboys.
He can't catch
as a game-breaking, revolutionary wide receiver.
How that grass
You want
taste?
to talk about speed? How about in 1970 when he led the league in yards per catch with an astonishing 26 yards per catch, then did it again in 1970.
Phantom that on your mind. 26 yards per catch. Yeah.
He won. This time, 24 yards per catch. He also excelled in special teams as a punt and kick returner, finishing his career as a 3-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro, and gold jacket holder.
That's damn good block right there.
Bob
God,
Hayes,
dog.
The guy you're looking
What's
at
it, like,
could
whoop,
honestly
whoop.
say he was the fastest player to ever play in the league.
Man. Did y'all see that, man, boy? That Cavante Turpin wish. Yeah. Yeah. 26 yards per reception. That's crazy. He's shaking and baking, man. Appreciate y'all. The Cowboys are not mathematically eliminated. But that 22 look good on him, though, right? Dog. Look at that. Whoop! Peace. Cowboy Nation. And shout out to Jackie Smith, by the way. You know, I'm just saying, by the way, shout out to Jackie Smith. Cowboy Nation, as we continue to grind and shine. On my way out, if I offended anyone today, charge it to my beard, not my heart. Let's continue to elevate our purpose here. Let's continue to move forward. Shout out to the pure white hen. Appreciate y'all. A lot of people putting Seattle's in the chat. Talking about the postseason on teams that made it 9-8 or what have you. But there are some situations and scenarios that the elimination thing, the only way that we can get in if you win the division, and you got to hope and pray that the Eagles have 3 lost days in a row or games in a row. But at this point, you got to stay focused and level-headed to what you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish, and that is finish strong, stand tall or not at all, reset, look back at the draft and say, where did I went wrong at from last season? Evaluate every little thing that you did negative and turn that into a positive. But you got to do the evaluation. Stop having wasteful time going over pointless debates on whether or not Kenneth Murray is good or not. Stop it. Stop having wasteful energy on whether or not Parsons would be able to help us out. Stop it. Stop talking about the simple facts that these things happen in this game and that game. Stop it. It's over with. It's water on the bridge. We can only move forward from here. And even me, if I spend too much time on a wasteful topic, say, Lord, man, just move on, man. I won't get mad. Just say move on. But if we can add the context of it, then we can talk about it, right? But it makes no sense of going over this particular situation if we're going to rinse and repeat and do the same mistakes. Our mistakes was that we didn't make it about winning. Now, what made me angry a little bit, just a little bit, is that the last 3 games is about winning. Every game is about winning. Not just the game, but every play, every snap is about winning. And if you're not putting and bringing forth your best, then why are we here? So I come here to tell y'all that this battle of NFL games, it goes down to the game of inches. Game is won and lost over a few inches. A few inches. That's the determination. So let people know inches matter. Inches do matter. So let's get back to it. Let's make sure we laser focus in, and let's make sure we going to the right directions for the 2026 season. Because this season right here, we fighting and playing for the respect of the game. And that's about it. Seabass, yeah, put inches matter. I am in the chat. Inches matter. Every last bit of it. Come on with it. Cowboy Nation, that's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace, and if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad, that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and stretch for it, or lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, just simply go after the things you want with all of your capacity, strength, and sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold or the poverty or the famish or fame or the sickness of body or brain can turn you away from the things you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of Almighty, even if it's an inch, you will get it. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Inches matter, baby. Until next time.